Welcome, traveler. You've just crash landed on the Mikey and Me podcast. But fear not, for this is no mistake, no fault in the stars, no glitch in the matrix. No, I'm afraid this has all been planned, predestined, predetermined by powers known not to us. But fear not, for you are among friends. So pull up a chair and join us as we find our way together.
Pull up a chair, traveler.
Yeah, traveler's chair.
So the year's 2018.
Year's 2018.
Mikey is going to give us his list first this go round.
Yeah, I'm gonna, and I just want to go back here just to double check, make sure, because I ended up like having one too many, I think, and so I'm like just making sure I'm not gonna add that one in there. I
don't mean this. Do you need help counting?
No, I might potentially. I might. I'm not gonna lie.
Once you get to 2 digits.
I'm just realizing that I'm not gonna include.
But
these.
It could be 0.01.
Okay, so that one's a no. That's a no.
Oh, he's working his way through alphabetically.
Okay, here we go.
All
right. No, well, hey, you know what, guys?
No. I asked this
we're
guy
gonna
if he's
we're gonna
prepared.
get through this together. I am prepared. I just wanted to.
Okay, let's go.
Y'all are really. You guys are really hard on me, man. Y'all make this hard on me.
You do have like a whole week to prepare.
You stop it, Jeff. This always sneaks up on me. It sneaks up on me every time. Matt waits till the last second to send me the list.
Again, it's on Matt for
the mule.
Matt sending him.
You should check the mule out.
The mule. Okay,
that's got Clint Eastwood in it. He directed it, I think, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Equalizer 2, that's another one.
Antoine Fuqua, Denzel Washington doing what they do.
They need to stop fucking with Denzel. They just need to leave Denzel the fuck alone. Period.
But as
leave
long
him
as
alone.
they keep capturing it on film and people pay money to watch what happened.
I don't know why they're out there testing Denzel like that. Like every time you see that
times he's not going to make it through.
No, I mean he's just murking people. Arizona.
You
should see Arizona.
Oh, Danny McBride.
McBride of Daniel.
Again, so we're good.
We can show a trailer for this.
This is your call.
That's one we should trailer.
Yeah, that's a trailer.
I was about to say because I don't think I saw this. So that or was that familiar? So 2018.
I think those are the ones we should trailer up. The ones we don't really know.
I completely agree. Let's see. Arizona official trailer. Here we go. Again. Eventually we'll get it sorted out so you can hear this.
What do they teach a seminar to you guys? Just how to lie to people? You didn't say that my house would double in its value in 2 years. Lie.
Say whatever you gotta say to close the deal, don't you?
Hey, buddy.
I can see your screen, but I can't see your screen.
My personal gym. This is where the pool's gonna go right here. I'm gonna do a little swim-up bar right there. It's gonna be sexy as hell.
Oh, so these are your kids?
Jason Penn. That's me. You know, I'm just gonna say it aloud. Your boss is dead.
Please don't kill me. I have a daughter.
Shut up. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I have kids, and that was mean. Here's the plan. We're gonna take Gary's body. Bodies are like super heavy, right? And we're gonna chop it up like civilized people.
Cassie! I told you I wasn't gonna kill you!
911. What's your emergency?
There's a man inside there, and he's killed people.
He's got a lot of guns.
Yeah, boy.
So do I.
Oh.
Damn it! God damn it! Who'd I shoot?
I love that guy.
David Allen Greer.
I'm looking for my ex-wife and my daughter.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Luke Wilson too, dude. Super.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah, Rob McElhenney's wife.
Be nice to each other until it gets dark. Relax.
It's always funny.
Sweet D.
Sweet D.
God damn it. Okay, we're not gonna watch TV. No one's watching TV, okay?
I fucking love that movie.
Oh yeah, I didn't
all
see
right,
that.
and then movie number that was number 3. Movie number 4 here, White Boy Rick. Great
Oh
movie.
shit! A movie about Mikey.
White Boy Rick.
White
yep,
Boy
movie about
Rick.
me. And let's see. So number 4, number 5.
McConaughey's
Halloween.
in that, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
McConaughey.
Yeah, he plays his dad.
Well,
Yeah, it's a
Halloween,
movie
this
about
is
the story of a teenager, Richard Wersher Jr., who became an undercover informant for the FBI during the 1980s and was ultimately arrested for drug trafficking and sentenced to life in prison. Yeah, he was out there doing all kinds of stuff, selling drugs and guns and suppressors, all kinds of stuff. He was doing a bunch of wild things. He was doing things
having fun
that
doing
you
bad
should-
things.
You should try to not do. So
But that
and
led him
then
to not fun things.
also Halloween.
So this is the one that Danny
Number
McBride
5.
and David Gordon Green, right?
Which one?
This Halloween.
This Halloween?
Yeah.
Danny McBride.
This isn't
David,
Rob
no,
Zombie,
David Gordon
right?
Green directed it, but I know that he and Danny McBride did the screenplay.
That's what it was.
Perhaps.
David Gordon
It's
Green,
really good.
like they're responsible, for all those HBO shows, basically, kind of associated with Jodie Hill.
Huh.
And so it was, it's not a comedy, obviously. So
No.
it was interesting.
Yeah, the Michael Myers Halloween movie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's I would show a trailer, but I don't think
No,
unless
it's
you want
not-
to see it.
no,
yeah.
no.
You don't need to see that.
And let's see number. I think this is number 6. Black Klansman.
What's that about?
Black Klansman. I think it's one you could show. It's a trailer you could show. It's
Clayton Biggs.
Did you just look up Halloween?
no.
He looked at the holiday, yeah.
Oh.
Jeff's putting him on blast.
And then
October
blast me away, man.
31st.
Let's see.
Yeah, right there. That'll be fine.
It's a Spike Lee joint.
Yep.
Gotta love it. Speaking of Denzel, here's Baby Boy.
Yep.
There's never been a black cop in this city. We think you might be the man to open things up around here.
Tenet. Him being a part of Tenet, I'm gonna always love him no matter what. But he's also quite good.
So Topher Grace plays David Duke in this movie.
Who am I speaking with?
Yeah.
My dad grew up in a very small town of Louisiana, and he used to cut David Duke's grass.
Yeah.
I hate Jews.
He did.
This is a true story.
Italians and Chinese.
That's pretty wild.
My mouth the
Yeah.
God's ears. I really hate those black rats. And anyone else really that doesn't have pure white Aryan blood running through their veins.
I'm happy to be talking to a true white American.
God bless white America.
Well, it's funny that conversation
KKK
is
planning
like
an
sorry to
attack.
bother
How do you
you.
propose to make this investigation? We'll establish
White voice.
contact over the phone. We'll need a white officer to
Oh, when he's talking about how you can tell if he's talking to a black guy or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it is. Yeah.
Ron Stallworth.
Can you do that?
With the right white man, we can do anything.
When's the last time they let a rookie lead an investigation? Oh, that's right. Never.
Adam Driver though too.
Let's get invited back.
So what kind of stuff you guys do?
Cross burnings, marches. This is fixing to be a big year for us.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Undercover or something?
We must unite and organize to fight racism.
Are you down for the liberation of black people?
I didn't realize that Jordan Peele produced it.
That's right, sister.
That's pretty
For
cool.
you, it's a crusade. For me, it's a job.
You're Jewish. That hatred, doesn't that piss you off? You're taking this Jew lie detector test. Why are you acting like you ain't got skin in the game?
Oh, it's a lie detector test?
I'm telling you, wars are coming.
I think that's what he said.
It's like, nope. We are in August.
He's like, oh.
Klux Klan.
Oh, so then he definitely said Jew.
Roll, baby. America first.
All right. So number 7, I believe. Vice. I think everybody should see Vice. It explains a lot about the Bush presidency.
Vice is referring to
Christian
Vice
Bale.
President. Is that the Cheney?
It's about the Dick Cheney. It's the story of Dick Cheney. And
Christian
it's
Bale
pretty
put on
incredible.
500 pounds. Is that the one?
Yes, it's pretty incredible. The whole story, really, like the
498.
whole in and out of it. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit where I was like, I didn't really even know that. Like, for instance, that he pretty much is like the only, no president or vice president or anybody has had their own office in like all of these different government buildings, like the Pentagon, the White House.
I mean, when
like,
you have that much Halliburton in your pocket,
dude, he literally had an office everywhere.
Literally the
Hey, I
deep state.
love and respect the guy, but talk about really helping perpetuate the military-industrial
But yeah,
complex.
but Christian Bale and Homeboy from Sam Rockwell.
Yes, sir.
Sam Rockwell is George Bush. I love that.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, it's fantastic. If you want to play it, you can. You don't have to. I think there's another one there's probably a better one you could play. Let's see, number 8, Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
I saw that one in the theaters.
You did?
I did.
That's a badass
what
one.
circumstances led to that?
What?
Actually going to a theater to see a movie? It was before COVID, but still, I'm trying to think.
I went and saw it over here. What's it called? The one in Garland, right across from Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah. The Dollar Theater, whenever the...
No, it was
Cinemark.
The Cinemark one or whatever. That's like the only movie I've ever gone and seen there.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Bad Times at El Royale. That was number 8. Number 9, you could show a trailer for these last two if you wanted, but number 9, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, yeah.
Sucker.
Such a good... What'd you say?
think anything they put out is good.
I just thought this was good. Did you
I'm
see
joking.
It?
I'm a fan.
Did you see it, though?
I'm joking. I love the Coen Brothers.
But did you see the movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I really liked it. I was I wasn't
love
expecting it to be what it was. Yeah, it's
sure.
on Netflix.
Yeah,
so
it's
been on a
anthology
bunch of
movie.
stuff.
Yeah, I remember when it came out.
I think it was on Tubi
exclusive.
at one point. Shout out, maybe.
But
maybe
yeah,
not.
whenever
I
it
don't
first
know.
came out, it was like a Netflix.
I don't want to
production.
false Tubiify.
People are so easily distracted. So I'm the distractor with a little story.
Driver never stops.
People can't get enough of them because, well, they connect the stories to themselves, I suppose. And we all love hearing
Again,
about
it's like.
ourselves.
Yeah, the Liam
like the
Neeson one, dude. Oof.
When he's actually acting again, and not just being some old guy who's forced to use a set of skills that make him dangerous.
It's his gun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I love the one. What's his name? Tom Waits. The Tom Waits one.
Tom Waits.
The miner.
He's always got little bit rolls where
Pockets
he
I love
or whatever.
Buster Scruggs. Buster Scruggs' part, while it wasn't
this
long,
one
and I thought
obviously set the tone, but also kind of broke my heart when I realized the whole thing wasn't going to be about him.
I know,
but I love the
boy.
Tom Waits one. I just love Tom Waits, man.
Yeah, I agree. The Tom Waits one is amazing. It's a bunch of like short stories or whatever. For those of y'all who are watching, wondering what's going on.
Like how many little movies
like
are
4
contained?
or something, isn't it? 5?
4 or 5.
Yeah, it's awesome though. It's a great.
Yeah, Coen Brothers in the Western, bunch of little mini stories. It's, again, there's one of those director duos that they have such a signature style that if you like them, I mean, they really shouldn't. They haven't disappointed me. You know, going all the way back to Raising Arizona.
Fargo, dude.
We need to Raising Arizona.
Did you notice that guy that showed at the one station was the guy from Office Space? I'm going to burn down the building.
Oh yeah, would you like? I got his number.
And the number 1 movie for this year. This transcends genres.
Whoops, I need to show.
This transcends. This transcends transcendence of transcending movies.
Mikey.
Hereditary.
Oh.
Number 1.
That.
Hereditary.
Golf clap.
Thank you. I'm glad you picked it because the only reason I didn't is for a reason you'll find out. But this.
So, if you want to show, you don't have to, but if you want to show a trailer, it's a spook. It's a spooky spooker.
It deserves it. I don't like horror movies.
This isn't this thing. Again, it's not. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's a scary movie, but it's also one of those movies where you want it. A24, you know, here it is again.
Yeah,
this is Ari Aster, right?
Are they back 1,000?
Yeah, they are back. It is Ari Aster.
Look at this. They're in a.
Have you seen Beau is Afraid?
I have. And I actually had talked about it.
This movie actually though does capture emotion.
I know my mom would be very touched.
Matt, what do you think about the scene in the attic?
Dude.
My mother was a very secretive and private woman.
It literally just, that's what he was. He was just, what's your dad? He's just a big dick, man.
When you were a little baby, she wouldn't let me feed you because she needed to feed you. She was a very difficult woman, which maybe explains me.
I recognize you from your mother.
What? Sometimes I swear I can feel them in the room.
I fucked up.
I fucked up.
She isn't gone. She had private rituals, private friends.
Who's gonna take care of me?
You don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
Dude, she deserved an Oscar for this performance, man.
no shit.
Toni
Oh, I
Collette.
love her, man.
That's about the
Dude.
most graphic depiction of somebody in utter grief that I've ever seen.
I agree.
Like, she should have at least been nominated.
Yeah, I'd recommend not watching this movie alone if you can avoid it.
Maybe not watching it with like a younger sibling.
Yeah.
That little girl is creepy.
Watch it with people that can tolerate a scary movie.
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.
I'm getting like goosebumps, dude. This shit. Oh my god. Yes,
Man.
I realized I left a movie out. Do you mind if I say it, or should I wait?
Honorable mention. Go ahead.
Just go ahead and, I mean, you've already wasted so much time talking about it. Just say the words.
Yeah, just have 11 picks.
Mute.
With
M-U-T-E?
Paul Rudd.
Oh, yeah, Paul Rudd and Skarsgård.
Yeah,
Alexander
that was.
Skarsgård.
I love that movie. The movie is so good. I thought it was a really good movie.
I was entertained by it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mute. I'm glad you mentioned
Mute.
it though. It's good.
Mute.
It's
It
worth
was
checking
alright.
out because it did some world building and all that.
Yeah, exactly. It was interesting. It was a cool plot. Cool plot.
Yeah, if like they left meat on the bone per se.
Yeah, and it was like the way they came back around.
Yeah.
You know, it was interesting.
All right.
All right, that was it. Thank you guys. We'll
All right,
just see
so-
y'all next week.
Who should go next, Mikey?
You go. Why don't you go next, Matt? You go next.
All right. Why don't I go next?
Why didn't Matt?
Oh, I'm gonna have nothing left after Matt, dude.
Okay. All right. So again, mine. Yeah, like Jeff, I believe, is generally the only one that puts a lot of blood, sweat, and tears
I
into
put a
numerically
lot
ranking them.
into what I.
There is a
That's
whole
great.
week.
Yeah, see me, I didn't put blood, sweat, and tears into ranking them other than picking my first one, but I'll go and get this out the way. Hereditary, definitely
Dang,
must
that's a
see.
good one.
I've got a little movie
That's
that came
the
out.
one that nothing happens in, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one. Got a little
That's
movie.
the Blair Witch Project.
Oh yeah, that Chris was a big fan of. Upgrade came out this year.
Hey, good movie.
Lee Whannell, who did a lot of Saw stuff.
The kitchen knife scene.
It was Upgrade is solid.
No, bro, that's Ryan's older brother in the OC.
Oh yeah, deals with basically a human being upgraded.
Yeah, that was a badass movie.
It's like a modern day sci-fi because it's based in the time that's basically
Well, it kind of felt
seemingly
like
modern day.
It kind of felt like those '80s movies that would come out, you know, but like because it had like a B-list actor in it and stuff, but like it was just done well. Like everything was done well.
Dude. In the acting, and I just remember hearing interviews with the actor who was actually, if you saw Prometheus, he was the one dude that died pretty early in Prometheus. Yeah, but just the practice, the acting of being kind of mechanical and robotic, like he's not having natural movement. I mean, of course he can do that a lot of different ways, but I know
he was only listening to techno and stuff.
they just went to a rave to find that. There's our guy. I'll save this one for last. And here's something kind of outside of my normal. I'm picking a documentary for one, just because of how interesting of a psychological study it is. But Free Solo, about Alex Honnold.
That's a good one.
The guy that basically they did all the tests on his brain. It's like whatever would register fear. It's like there's no activity because you wonder how does. I'll probably play a trailer. Just
he's
at
a
least
free
part of it.
climber that, like,
Yeah, he did El Capitan or something.
That's the one that I was thinking of.
Dude, that movie gave me so much anxiety.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it's like there's something different.
I've heard
In this,
Rogan
the way
talk
this
about
guy's brain's wired is literally.
Dude,
different.
I'm glad you brought this one up because I have one of my favorite documentaries, and this is one of my favorite documentaries. I just must have missed it.
Does it feel different to be up there without a rope? It's obviously like much higher consequence.
Like I just feel like this
People
is
who know a little bit
don't.
about climbing,
It takes
they're
this
like, oh,
level
he's
of
totally
extreme
and then people who really know
activity
exactly what
to
he's
get his
doing
kicks. Like
are
that's nuts.
freaked out.
thought about all cap like for years, and every year I'm like, that's really scary.
To just not have.
I'll never be content unless I at least put in the effort.
Like a fear. I mean, he's got to have some level of fear, but I don't know. Honestly, I almost feel like, how could you?
Feet of sheer granite. It's the center of the rock.
But it makes you wonder.
Obviously, I get interview questions.
Obviously, like I think he has a girlfriend or wife, but
like, yes, for sure.
Like, how human is he? You know what I mean? Like, could you sit down in a room and talk to him and crack some jokes? I didn't.
Pretty much makes life better in every way.
I think so. Like I didn't see enough of his personal life to get a good feel for him, other than his dedication and fearlessness.
If he doesn't do this stuff, he'd regret it.
Everybody who has made free soloing a big part of their life is dead now.
I haven't been injured in like 7
Yeah.
years.
Well, I mean, what drives you to
Tom
do something
Cruise
like that
films,
if you don't
like,
have
Tom
fear?
Cruise could die making a movie. Like, this
For
guy's
sure.
gonna die climbing a rock.
I could just walk away, but it's like, I don't want to.
Well, there you go. He could walk away, but he doesn't want to. So go climb some stuff. No, that's pretty compelling. Like I said, it's even just to see the footage of what he's doing. It's awesome. But yeah, for me, it's just more like this observing a human that's brain functions this way. It's nuts. All right, and here's one. I don't know if anyone else saw it, called High Life. It was a
I can't say that I did.
weird indie sci-fi with Robin Pattinson. I guess I'll be showing a trailer for a few of these because they're kind of weird.
The guy that broke his back in that movie.
If you know me, I'm like weird stuff. I'm
No,
basically like
you don't, dude. You don't like weird
I'm like a
stuff.
cliche I'm like a stereotypical, like, oh, he's the guy who likes weird independent shit, but that just happens to be what I like. So let's watch it. Let's see. But I like mainstream stuff.
So come watch my weird stuff with me.
I know, dude. I like not weird stuff, but I just like. It's like Alex Honnold. He's got to climb rocks to get his kicks. I got to see weird abstract things to get a bone. Oh, let's see.
Oh, whoa. To get a what?
A bonus at work. A24. See, they're taking.
Okay, right. They don't miss. So yeah, I guess it's gonna be a
we
banger.
have to stop saying that because I think we said it so much.
Shut up.
Maybe it should be their new slogan: A24, we don't miss.
Dude,
The Mikey and Me
didn't they do a
podcast.
Civil War movie.
A24.
We were scum. Trash. Refuse that didn't fit into the system.
It's definitely gotten to the point where when you see A24, you know you're going to see something interesting.
Yeah, interesting at a bare minimum, and interesting, and I feel like with whatever some level of artistic integrity that
exactly.
regardless of the budget, like these people seem to be like committed artists to something.
It's like big budget art house movies, to be honest.
Dude, that is an amazing summarization of it. Big budget art house.
That's why I brought this guy Jeff, man. I found this guy just hanging out.
See that? That
smoking
was Andre
somewhere.
Yep.
3000?
Yeah. He starts blasting Stankonia in one scene. That's Mia Goth.
Oh, before she's like Mia Goth.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Even though we're moving forwards, getting further from what's getting nearer.
This was a great year for weird sci-fis, because I got some more for you. Juliette Binoche.
Break the laws of nature.
It's cool. So they have this sci-fi premise and setting, but most of what goes on is just the interplay of these humans and this weirdness. So yeah, high life. Get high and watch life. All right.
So it's a remake?
No, that's How High.
Oh, okay, never mind.
All right.
Okay.
And here's another one. We'll see if anyone, maybe someone else here has seen it because who's in it. Mandy.
Oh yeah, I've seen. Yes.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
That
Cheddar
was,
Goblin.
Nicolas Caging
that's the
rifle.
one where he's like silent the whole time, isn't he?
Almost. He's, and I love the chick.
That movie
actress
with
is
Tom,
really good.
that
She was like a
Capone
possessor
movie with
and-
Tom Hardy probably would have been better if he was silent in
But
it.
yeah, I won't show the trailer. But Mandy is like one of those like really low intentionally, but also
Yeah.
low budget looking like throwback revenge movie that that's just way over the like top, weird, psychedelic looking. I
Yeah.
just remember the director's name being so weird. I have to look it up now.
Nicholas Winding Refn?
No, but
Oh.
look at that. Someone's been practicing. Someone's been practicing saying that. No, dude, this guy's name, it's like a Yorgos Lanthimos type name. Panos Cosmatos.
Oh, how'd you forget that?
Oh, that's
that's Panos
roughly
Cosmatos.
translated
Yeah, I'm just saying
means
Yorgos
pianos of the gods.
Obviously must
Yeah,
be a Greek, but
yeah, it's pianos of the gods.
Piano- yeah.
Andrea Riseborough.
No, he's right.
That's
That
she was
checks
in there.
out.
She's great. She's
Google it.
This chick is
Are
actually.
you rejecting my pug right now?
I'm loving the pug.
Okay.
But yeah, she's been in a lot of great stuff too. She's quite an actress. All right, moving on. Sicario, Day of the Soldado.
Dude, I just watched this the other day for the first time. It's actually
for
good.
real?
Okay.
Good for
So-
you,
Yeah.
dude. Good for you.
So
It was good.
And the thing is, I didn't see this right away
I
myself
saw 'em
either.
backwards.
Yeah.
I saw this one first, and then the first.
Oh, see, it's interesting because we talked about the first one. Dennis Villanueva directed it, and actually I forget to mention Taylor Sheridan wrote the script, which he's kind of like anything he writes turns to gold lately. There's a lot of like Yellowstone. We
Yellowstone.
have Kingstown, all the Yellowstone spin-off. And he was an actor, so he's really good at writing stuff for actors. But I have to say, so the sequel came out, and it wasn't directed by Dennis Villanueva, so I was automatically less inclined to see it. But I hadn't completely gotten into a show I've talked about, Gomorrah, before, right?
Yes.
So Stefano Sollima, who was directed a fair bit and a big part of the production of Gomorrah, that Italian mob crime show, he directed this.
Oh, shit.
And so I was like, oh, okay. Which, after I saw it, and it's like, okay, this is still like a really taut, nice, clean, well done action movie dealing with cartels. Yeah, and it had brought all the characters back. So honestly, I feel like it got slept on by a lot of people, but I think it was like a legit sequel. Like it really was.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
So yep, Sicario, Day of the Soldado. So that's Hitman, Day of the Soldier for people who might want to know things.
That's cool. You can see the budget right there.
Oh,
for
don't
the
look.
movies. Stop. This full disclosure to the fans. $6 million was the budget.
That was for Mandy.
Oh.
Yeah, let's say $6
That's
million
that
for
gang,
Sicario.
dude.
You're right.
He really
It's
did a
like
lot.
They did great.
All right. Then this next movie,
That's impressive. You guys want to make a movie next weekend?
seriously, this next one is definitely way different than all the others. I won't show a trailer,
Tell
but
us.
I think it did. It was definitely in some Oscars nominated categories. Roma. There's an Alfonso Cuarón. It's almost kind of a biographical style film.
You do like the directors with complex names. Alfonso Cuarón.
Yeah, I'll just show at least part of the trailer, just because it's done in black and white, so it has all that intentionality. But
Darren Aronofsky.
What's
Darren
another director you
Aronofsky.
like? But you don't like M. Night Shyamalan. You like all these
Oh,
other
man.
guys with weird names. I like M. Night Shyamalan.
like this in Cuarón, I can't. Yeah, he's done a handful of other. He didn't do Birdman. That was in Aratu. This guy's done a lot of really great films, and so, like I said, I think that this is really has a biographical feel. Can't remember if it's exactly that, but it's. Yeah, so there you go. You can Children of Men and Gravity, right? So
Children of Men is one of my all-time favorite movies.
That's what I'm saying.
He did that movie too?
Yes. So here, like it's.
Gravity's
really
also
good.
super underrated.
Yeah, it's slow. It's kind of like a life story type thing, but it's really good. Okay, we got 3 more left, so
3 more.
I'm gonna have to show trailers.
Better have some fucking good ones
for
in
each
here
of
because these ones have sucked so far.
So this next one is a little movie called Climax.
Yeah.
That was directed by our good friend Gaspar Noé.
See, Gaspar Noé. You see what I'm saying? Nobody he likes that directs a movie is named like James Smith.
Right, but this might be his most mainstream accessible movie.
Yeah.
Like you could show this to people and not be worried about.
What's his name again? Gaspar Noé.
Gaspar Noé. Noir.
Is this an A24?
Dude,
they
own
don't miss.
They don't miss. Here we go. Oh, Vice Studios.
If you can dance, what would you do?
So this is cool. It's the premise of there's all these different, like, amazing elite dancers from around the world that are recruited to this, like, weekend event thing, and they are unknowingly, the punch is drugged with a lot of LSD, and so they all start tripping and things get nuts. But the way he casted this, he literally found some of these dancers like on YouTube. So a lot of them were just like legit from around the world. He's like, I saw you dance. And so there is really cool choreography. Like there's scenes when they're just like dancing and doing dance stuff. It's just really cool. So it's actually more artistic than a lot of his other stuff.
So the guy in the movie, these people pretty much got George Jones, except not
and
cyanide.
she's in it, which is forget her, Sophia Butella.
Or was it Jim Jones? I said George Jones. He was the fucking
White Lightning. Gave him White Lightning.
I was gonna say he's a country singer.
But
the possum.
He didn't hurt
again.
nobody.
I love his camera work, his perspective. Like I said, it's accessible, but just. I'm a big fan of unique just dancing and choreography, especially like when the deranged. I guess I was reading that when I was thinking that director like Gaspar does something
brilliantly deranged.
Brilliant. That's how I would describe it.
This looks like a movie my dad would like.
Your dad would love this, Paul.
Looks like a movie my dad would
It's
like.
funny because I think that Suspiria remake came out this year, and that was a remake that dealt with a lot of dancers in a weird house. But they weren't all drugged.
I'd like to make a dancing movie. I think we could make it.
I've been making dancing movies my whole life.
Let's make a dance movie.
All right, so two more.
It's like it's Step Up meets fucking
Two more. I won't.
Darren Aronofsky.
The next one here is
What's the guy's name?
Swedish. I don't know their name because this is the only thing they did. It might have been a chick.
It's like because I don't know how you pronounce a fucking umlaut.
And it came out.
He's got to like make sounds to pronounce his name. Is not even
Swedish,
just like a
Swedish, right? So this movie is utterly depressing and beautiful.
Who produced it?
Matthew Pitts.
Oh,
Jack Marius.
A Pitts production.
Again, this was definitely not an American sci-fi because it's so bleak. I was impressed with the budget they even got for it. That's Magnet. What? I'm like, okay, this is the right thing. So there's a show actually on right now that my sister and dad are watching that this is kind of called The Ark, which is a similar premise where there's this large ship, basically of like people to go colonize a new planet, and they get knocked a little off course, but in such a way that they're never going to be able to reach their destination or correct or anything. So it's just over time, this city's amount of humans trying to find a solution, and over time, just what happens if you know that you're never going to get land anywhere. No help is coming.
How long until they start eating each other?
It's more like how long before people start committing suicide.
How long till the oxygen runs out?
Don't want to get eaten.
No, it's because there's some dark scenes.
There was a comedy on HBO with the guy from House that already did this.
It's a similar. There's been a couple seasons. It's like not area, but something.
Avenue 6.
Yeah,
something.
Avenue B or something like that.
I don't know.
It was alright.
I thought Josh Gad was funny in it.
Yeah, he was probably the funniest thing.
Well, it looks like it's fucking 4:30 in the afternoon where you're at, Jeff.
But this was loosely, I think, inspired or based on this. It was either a musical work.
G'day, mate.
/ poem that was Swedish. But,
fuck. Crikey.
Again, it's just kind of looking at it from just the psychological component of hopelessness and just knowing, like, I guess, what do people hold on to? Yeah, it's Chronicles of Narnia. It's really good.
I'll tell you what, man. If you want to be just,
Narnia.
if you're feeling down and you want to be uplifted, just schedule a movie night with Matt.
Yeah.
And he's
Him
just
and
gonna
Billy,
put
hang out
something
in
on
the-
that's
you
really
hang out
just
in the
gonna
corner
just.
Tell you what. And my number one.
Dungeon of Despair.
My number one, Jeff. Actually, you might not guess. Alex Garland's Annihilation.
This guy sounds normal. Alex Garland.
Ooh,
Alex
dude, that
Garland.
one-
Not that the other guys aren't normal. I'm sorry, Swedish people.
Not that there's anything
Ex
wrong with
Machina
that.
has worked a lot. Danny Boyle just did Civil War. He's done a lot
Did you
of.
say Danny
Ex
Blow?
Machina is my favorite one of his, but this one was actually really good. It was just
I
one of
thought-
those
yeah, I
movies that
thought-
I saw once, so I didn't put it on my list. But it's a really good movie.
Yeah, I
Plus,
mean it's
Natalie Portman.
it's a trip.
Can't go wrong.
And Oscar Isaac, a very small role, but it's definitely a lot more heady. I feel like it's the most almost like WTF. You know, this guy's getting to do what he wants to do outside of Devs, which you got through, which was
Yeah,
awesome
that's a
to
good
see him
Yeah,
in long
Devs.
form get
Yeah.
to do that. But Annihilation, I'll skip the trailer. That was but it's yeah, and just the intro and the music that's playing at the beginning. I don't remember, but it's that acoustic guitar. I don't know. It's just it gets
It's
you
a good
from the
sci-fi.
Yeah, it gets you from the beginning. It's a good, unique site. What I think they call it the shimmer, with that area that they
Yeah.
found that was all things were growing weird, and it's a female-led cast, so go women.
Yay.
There's that
Yeah,
one
but it's
chick
not
that was
forced
in
though.
some-
You know.
It wasn't. Yeah, there's some Hispanic actress that was in some show my wife liked that was on there. It was interesting to see her take that role. But yeah, number one, Annihilation, and
All right, that was fantastic, Jeff. What you got for us?
I
Okay,
didn't watch
great
any
list,
movies
Jeff.
This year.
Do what?
I didn't watch any movies in this year.
He didn't watch any movies in 2018, so everything he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
tell
list
you,
the
he
best
just
wrestling
bullshitted.
matches of 2018.
He's gonna
All
list the
right.
best wrestling
we're gonna
matches
pivot
of
to wrestling
2018.
matches for this top 10.
No, honestly, I'm gonna touch on the ones you guys touched on, so I'll go out of my order a little bit
Okay.
and
Touch
talk
on
about
things.
We touched
Black
on
Klansman's
things.
on there.
Yeah,
Hereditary
Black
is definitely
Klansman.
on there.
Yeah.
So wait,
Um,
that's all three. So what did Jeff came up with something whenever we all three happened to pick one, an official. I don't know.
What'd you
it
call
was like
it?
a month ago, and not like a 3-star, but like an official Mikey and me
Recommendation.
But there was,
Yeah.
I don't remember Jeff
So
said
you know
something
it's
once,
serious
and
if
it
it's
was
an
almost
official.
like a
It was
certified.
profound as shit. I just don't remember it.
It was.
Yeah, me
It was
either.
on the nose, but yeah. So that's
Yeah,
all
that
three.
plug's
So
mean. That plug's
Hereditary.
bad. It's a bad.
I
plug.
also had Ballad of Buster Scruggs on there too,
Yeah.
and Upgrade's on there as well.
Yes.
But the rest of them are gonna be So there's a movie
go.
called Blockers starring John Cena.
Blockers.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know what that
gosh.
is.
Dude, I went and saw this on a date, and in the
Why?
I laughed my
This-
ass off the entire time.
Dude,
like
I
like
forgot
you know,
about
dude,
this
it's
movie.
like when you go see a comedy, especially in theaters, you want to be laughing like the whole way through, and I was. It was funny. Like it was hilarious. Like John Cena is a super underrated actor. Like he's gonna take over Hollywood. Just wait. Give him a decade.
Yeah, big man comedic acting. He's
Yeah, it's
this
like your
was
classic
actually
like
very
raunchy comedy. Yeah, like they really don't make movies like this anymore. Like to be honest.
Hold that girl in the palm of my hand.
Kayla's becoming a woman. You're gonna have to deal
yeah, I
with
forgot. This was very funny. So Blockers, that's a play on what? A what
Cock
blocker?
blockers.
Blo-
Yeah.
cock blocker.
Oh.
They're trying to make sure their daughters don't have sex on prom night. This is the whole.
That dude looks like my
premise.
buddy. That looks like Jimmy. That dude looks like Jimmy. Jeff.
Yeah, he's
Ike
forget his name, he's
Barinholtz,
just a comedian.
who's
yeah,
hilarious,
Barinholtz.
by the way.
That dude looks like Jimmy.
He's bound and down. That Russian
Yeah.
picture.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You are like baby.
It's kind of perfect. I'm in. Julie left her.
Oh, that chick was just in this movie. What's it? Annabelle? I don't know. I just watched it the other night. I think it was about that little vampire girl. Alice? Is that what it's called?
Our girls are not thinking things through.
And that's Judd Apatow's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was in one of the first movies I ever remember her being in was that George of the Jungle movie.
Yeah. And what is it?
With Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Still guy.
Yeah, so that is quite funny movie.
Abigail.
That's what I was thinking. That chick was in Abigail.
Abigail, Chris.
Ibogaine.
Yes. The toad.
You got some?
MAOH?
You got some
All
ibogaine on
right.
some glass, some frog juice.
What do we got next, Sir Jeff?
Black Panther.
Okay.
Came out this year. Into the Spider-Verse. So like two of the better.
Yes.
Oh, the Black
That was on.
Spider-Verse.
That was easy to be on my. And it's an animated feature film, correct?
Exactly, and honestly, it's the best they've ever done. Like, and
It's
that
magic.
includes like all the Batman ones, like everything. Like that's like just
It's
the
movie
animation
magic.
alone. They just did the Ninja Turtles with like the same animation, and that one was really good
Oh,
too.
the one
I
was,
liked it a lot.
Seth Rogen was, I think, a part of that. I think him and his friend.
You can pull this up though. There's a movie called Blind Spotting that I was curious. I saw this in theaters as well. Like it's one of those that's got like
This isn't like
91.
This isn't like anything against blind people, is it? Like how to spot
No.
blind people or
It's
something?
like, look for the stick.
Yeah, I was like,
No,
wait,
it's
what?
about two best
Blind
friends,
spotting.
a white dude and a black dude growing up in like the ghetto and shit.
Okay.
And just how, that people
This
put
sounds a lot
blind
like
spots
The
my
on
rule
certain
number one
things.
about blind spotting: don't let him see you.
Yeah, that is the trick. Stay out of sight.
This movie sounds a lot like my childhood, how I grew up.
You would really like this movie, Mikey. You would really dig it. But not only
David
that,
Diggs.
David Diggs from
Snowpiercer's
Hamilton
great.
fame.
But
Like,
yeah, Hamilton.
Oh, he got
is
the
where he got
71.
started.
him and the other
71
guy, the
Chevy
white guy
Impala.
in it, they both
Look at
wrote an album. Like they both wrote like the soundtrack is an album, and like it's a 2-disc like 2-part album, and like one of them is where one guy's writing them all and the other guy's writing the other one, and it's
It's
actually
like
really
Outcast or something.
good. They actually made a show about it, but it's all like women. It's on TNT, and like they took a different route with it. But it's a good movie. Like it needs to be seen.
No, yeah, look, I'm a fan of David.
Yeah, put this one into your rotation this week, Matt. You would not be disappointed.
Hell yeah.
But it tackles a lot of different things.
That guy looked like Tommy Pham. Oh, they shot Tommy Pham. Oh my lord.
Whoops.
Oh, and he just saw me. You better get the hell out of there.
You ain't finna peel out of that truck.
Shit, I'm gonna lay
You
down and
would
drive.
feel out in that truck.
I've seen something.
I'm gonna lay down and hit the gas.
I've seen something.
That
Punch your balls down.
motherfucker gonna chase you down like the T-1000.
He ain't even got to. He gonna walk gingerly.
Hey, it already showed that scene with the dude doing the wheelie on the bike. I'm out.
It already showed that guy earlier in the movie. I'm out.
That's a good point.
Just fucking shitting all over me, dude.
All these
No,
people
I'm gonna
are
check
wearing
this out.
pants,
Mikey's gonna
dude.
hate.
This, I'm out.
Oh, he was on the leftovers. Oh.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Oh yeah, you better go, man.
This is like pretty like it's provoking my thoughts right
Looks like
now.
that cop caught him lacking.
I'm not sure quite what to expect. And
That's
that
good. It's
arouses
one of
me.
those. It's not slow. It's pretty well paced, but like it definitely
Yeah.
like leads all up to like a big finish.
Yeah, and
all right.
He's a compelling. He can carry.
Yeah,
things
if you
well,
like David
so-
Diggs, that's
Yeah.
the best work he's done so far. Like, and
Yeah,
he's
no,
a great
That
that's
looks
actor.
like a dude I play softball
Totally
with.
missed it. I bet it is the same guy.
I never
All right,
asked
so we basically have all the other ones covered. Yeah, we got Blockers, Upgrade, Hereditary, Blind Spotting, Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Panther, Black Klansman, Into the Spider-Verse, and then you got, if we're gonna do comic book, I can't even talk about.
Oh,
comic
I mean,
book movies.
Avengers, Infinity War.
And
that
Infinity
obvious-
War.
It's all.
I mean-
it's like to me, it was so obvious. I didn't think point a bit. It's like. Yeah,
Like, dude,
it's-
I put it as
been
the
on.
number one, as my number one this year. But there is a movie I want to talk about more. But like, it was just like Avengers Assemble, dude. Like, come on, man. It was,
See,
it was
yeah, I know.
great.
Infinity War,
Like-
honestly, it's if I wasn't leaning hard into whatever I'm kind of persona I've made of myself,
Mhm.
like that was as excited as I've seen. Like the goosebumps in watching
Yeah,
the ending
dude.
of that movie,
That's
dude.
why you go to the movie theaters, in my mind. So
Dude,
like that wins.
Yeah, dude. So I'm getting I'm just getting cold and scared and excited.
Matthew's a
Go
special
watch
fella.
it.
Yeah,
All right,
dude.
but there's one more on my top 10, and it's a documentary. It's called Three Identical Strangers.
Oh,
yeah.
Y'all just
You
not
guys
gonna
seen
y'all
this?
just not gonna tell me we're doing documentaries now. Y'all want to? Both you
It's a
guys pick
movie.
documentaries?
Yeah, no, I have, dude. This is nuts.
All right, hey, next week, why don't you tell me, hey man, we're picking documentaries.
No, dude, this is some cool weird
like, hey,
stuff.
we're gonna wear red shirts
Well,
today.
what's cool about it is I was watching it, and my mom, my mom was around, and I think she was helping me watch one of the kids or something. She's like, "Oh, I remember them. Like, yeah, they were on TV a lot. They like put them out everywhere." And I'm like, "Did you know that like the CIA like experimented on them to see what they would do, like in like three identical babies in different situations?" She's like, "What? Like, no. I thought they were just like brothers that got separated." And I was like, "Nah, nah."
They were part of a government experiment.
Yeah.
The government wouldn't do that.
Well, no, they
But
did
it
it
it's
in
great.
like the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. They do pretty much forever. Nobody was ever held accountable, but they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, they're good now.
You just can't get
Yeah,
caught.
they don't do that
Different.
anymore.
Yeah,
Stop.
they lost all those tactics.
I mean,
in the
I
voting
don't
process.
think it's right, but I can.
Matthew was a man of science.
I mean, I think there's ways to do it without having to do this.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
obviously,
what did they
because they
truly
proved what we
benefit
already
from
knew. That's the thing. They proved what we already knew, and some poor bastard had to give his life for it. You know?
Yeah. It's like even what they're like. What was the primary objective of the experiment? Right.
To prove, like
nature,
that.
nurture, genetic predisposition.
Nature versus nurture. So they would basically, I guess, their inference was that they would all end up like virtually the same in some aspect, like, you know, like they wouldn't be more or less of anything, and then ended up like the guy with all the money like was happy and like looked better, even like they said he looks like the youngest at all of them and stuff.
So it's crazy, like okay, so they come to whatever conclusion. I just wonder what's actionable from that. It's like, oh, they're related, or I guess that's gives them evidence of
Well, no, they're
predisposition.
identical. Like, you got to think about it. Their
Yeah, they're
DNA
not.
is exactly the same. So like they're all like the same like test rats. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have that. You start with that. So you give them different experiments, dude. And like it's really I know it's like that has the whole government conspiracy thing, but it's really about like human nature.
About
Like,
how much do we control
it's about our
ourselves?
human conditioning is what it's about. And like,
there we go.
Man, I don't know.
That makes sense.
I love this movie though. It's a great one.
I'm with you. Like, how much of if you being just born from the two parents you had, you're automatically could be a certain way on a certain path because your personalities could be a certain way, and it's like there's nothing you couldn't even really.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do about it. Yeah. So I'm glad I wasn't a twin or a triplet or anything like that.
How the fuck do you know?
Damn.
Yeah, for real. Maybe you're an experiment, brother.
God, no! Please tell me there's not another Matthew out there.
Maybe there was two sets of triplets.
Maybe that's
Oh.
why this
Christina, there was
podcast exists. We'll get
three
big
of
enough,
them.
and each of our twins.
It'd be like Jet Li the one, and then we'll
I
have to
think
kill
each of us
him,
have a twin.
and then we'll
I'm gonna
get
tell you what.
stronger
I'll
with
tell you
each
one
that
thing.
we
I'd beat my doppelganger up.
reabsorbs
There
our
can only
powers.
be one of us.
You
I'd
kill your
whoop
doppelganger.
Spider-Man's ass, and then I'd whoop my doppelganger.
Man, where's Caleb at?
ass.
He watched Coherence. He would get. Yeah.
It'd be like Enemy. It'd be like Jake Gyllenhaal in Enemy,
Dude,
except when that
if
dude
you
approached
find
me,
your
I'd be like,
doppelganger, you kill them right away.
Oh yeah.
Don't even hesitate.
Yeah, dude.
If
you got to close your loop.
Yeah, you gotta close the loop.
Yeah, you got to close the loop,
Get a
man.
bag of gold.
If I see somebody that even looks kind of like me,
He said you get a bag of gold. He said anybody
about?
who looks like me.
Wow!
Some guy's just like, this guy's been following me for a
Walking
while.
walking out of 7-Eleven with a couple of tall boys.
Just
He's
looking
like,
at
Put him on,
somebody.
like, honey, does that guy kind of look like me? I can
look
see
like
her.
me.
Stay in the car, lock the doors. When's the last time you checked your
killing
Instagram?
people. He
Just go
thinks
ahead and
he's
score your
not
phone.
gonna
for me.
Yeah, we're stupid.
We're joking about murder. We shouldn't.
Yeah, no, that's hilarious, man. Well, no, speaking about...
So what were our numbers? So mine was Annihilation.
Sorry, Jeff had to leave to go kill
mine was
the what's it called that just appeared in his house?
Hereditary.
Yep, which thank
The
you.
Wendigo.
Hereditary. Remember? Yep.
And
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy
That was a
here
movie to me that's like above horror.
was Perfect
anything.
Strangers with
all the
about
genres.
Balky
It's like-
and that the roommate.
Fucking,
Yes.
yeah, I
No,
love
3
that
Perfect
show.
Strangers, not Perfect Strangers.
Three
billboards
identical
of- three
strangers. Did
billboards
you
that
not
were
listen?
identical.
One of our first
I don't think
podcast
he
episodes was
listened.
about listening.
3 friends that are actually secret brothers.
That's Jeff's
I
movie.
think
Yep.
that was
What
that
color
was
is
a
Jeff's
book,
hat?
right? It was like 3 little brides.
3
for
identical
little brothers.
strangers. That was Jeff's number 1.
Aren't
pick.
these the guys though that killed their parents or
No,
something?
my
Were
number
sitting
one was
outside at the
Infinity
Knicks
War.
game.
My number
Oh
one was
yeah, the
Infinity-
Mendoza twins.
Oh, okay. Different guys.
Or Menendez.
Oh, Mendoza.
The Mendoza line, baseball.
Was that in the cable guy whenever that
Menendez.
trial was going on?
Yeah,
was
the
it making
Menendez.
fun of that?
Yeah,
kind
they
of?
were making fun of it.
Oh man.
Dude,
Well,
Ben-
we're speaking about twins and stuff,
Siblings.
and you potentially
Yeah,
having
it's like we just-
siblings.
Oh, we're talking
I think-
about a natural segue. aren't
Yeah,
we?
we're natural segue here. We're gonna segue. Speaking of segue, whatever happened to that thing? That thing was real hot for a while. The
was
thing you'd stand on, you
an
the
inconvenient
I think
two-wheel.
the guy who created it died.
And now
on
they just
one.
took the handlebar off.
You think the guy who
Look
made
that
him
up.
died on one?
Pull that up, Jamie.
Jamie,
Now
pull
they-
that
Alright.
shit up.
Now they just
got you, Joe.
eliminated the handle, and it's just the thing you stand on. Now they even got one with one wheel, so you can't even hold on to anything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like that's way more. I'd rather have something I got my hand on. You know what I mean?
What's that? You like grabbing things?
Well, now hold on now, buddy.
Okay, let's see. The inventor of the Segway died in a 2010 accident while riding a Segway scooter off a cliff into the river. Wait,
Okay.
That's even
Okay.
worse.
You're supposed to be laughing at that.
Yeah.
Because that's worse. How do you
Yeah. How do you?
over a cliff?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Suicide.
a
It was
river?
suicide, guys. Come on.
Where you
Yeah,
even find
that's
that?
not an
Okay,
accident.
You
hold
want
on.
to talk about life
And-
through a bell curve?
Okay,
act
maybe
of
it was an
courtesy.
accident. Okay, maybe it was
Hold on.
an
Act
accident.
of courtesy.
You want to talk about life on a bell curve? What are the odds that he finds a
terrible.
cliff?
Life on a bell
That he finds a cliff near
No,
near a river?
He's got a
Or what did it say?
Well, let's read. Let's find out. Let's
Okay,
honor his
all right.
life by learning of his
No,
death.
he looked like a happy guy.
He was fell from a cliff while
like
riding a
he's too old to be on
Segway
a
scooter.
fucking Segway.
Probably died after trying to make way for a dog walker. So he got out of the way for a dog walker and went off a cliff.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
I'm
now.
running that dog walker over.
Dude. Yeah,
He
I'm
wouldn't
getting in
have
a
even
collision.
called.
I'm getting
Like,
in a
is he just
collision.
gonna bump into him?
Segway though.
It's not like he's going high speed and gonna kill
No,
him.
no, hold on though, dude.
Wait, accidental. Here we go.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
How-
This.
Oh, somebody rigged his shit.
Dude, this
he
dog
had-
walker
he
was
had
stuck his
information
throttle.
that
No,
leaded to
dude,
the
this
arrest and
dog,
indictment of
dog,
Hillary Clinton.
and the walker were both hit.
No, dude. They fucking somebody stuck the throttle on his
He
shit.
saw the businessman move a short distance backwards, and reversing move he assumed was to make room for him to pass. He appeared to wobble and then went out of view. Okay, I can't read any more of this because this is so disrespectful. The
Well, after the
coroner
disrespectful part, I
recorded
think.
verdict of accidental death. That dude, I'll tell you what.
backed up
I get if I could list all the ways I might die. I don't want it to be on accident,
He backs up and wobbles outside.
dude. It's been over 10 years. Accidental death, man. I feel bad.
I'm laughing at something else. I'm not laughing at this.
That's good because he
Oh,
should. He's
no,
a former
there's something
miner.
else. I'm not. Oh God.
Great man.
Oh,
What are the
man.
awards they give out? The
Jeff's
Darwin
dad
Award.
used to mow
You
his
think that's
yard.
all? You think that won that
No,
year?
he used to mow David Duke's yard.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Man.
Uncle
That's way
David
worse.
Duke.
That's in my pappy.
It's like Jeff,
All right.
Jeff has a graduation
Goodness.
card
Well,
from him.
Jeff, if you'd like to stick around, I mean, you're welcome to. I guess is he not? Is he welcome to hang around?
Of course.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break.
We're gonna take a break. We need to stretch our
And, we'll
toes.
get my sister in here and set up. And,
Yeah, and we're not
she's
sure.
been
We're
in
gonna.
here
This is
for
a
an
highly
hour.
disputed relation here, and I'm gonna get to the
don't think
bottom
you
of
guys
it.
were here.
So
Yep. So we'll be.
She's been hiding.
we'll be
right
back.
behind
Take.
me.
I'm not dying yet.
Not yet.
And we're back.
We
We're
are
all
actually
dying.
back.
Welcome back to the Mikey and Me podcast. Well, we just finished up the 2018 movies, and we really had some awful recommendations for you. We hope you don't enjoy anything recommended.
The
No,
best
I'm kidding. I hope
movie
you
of
do.
all time.
We hope you enjoy it. They're all great recommendations, especially Matt and Jeff's. They actually put more thought into theirs. You know, I do the best I can, but obviously it falls short of
Can
Matthew's
we put a pin right
expectation.
there?
Yeah, let's pin it.
You
Come on.
do the best you can.
There we go.
And
You do the best you want.
Tell me, you promise me that you did the best you could.
I did the best.
Okay.
There we go. See,
Let's
yeah.
That's all I need to know, buddy.
So who are we? We're being joined now by somebody.
I don't know who that is.
I know this person. Yeah. We're gonna get to this because I have some questions here. But this is Matthew's sister. What's your name?
Christina.
Christina. See, I always knew you as. I heard your name was always Steiner.
Steiner.
I heard these guys always call you Steiner.
That's funny.
Wasn't she the first producer of y'all's very first movie? We're gonna go into a deep cut right away.
Man in the Fishboat.
Man in the Fishboat. Wasn't she the?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, she was. At the end, it's like written, produced, directed by Christina Pitts. I was maybe 10 years old. So, but
Yeah.
go on.
You were maybe 10, and so you said this is your sister, right? But y'all have. So you're not from the same father, right?
We actually have
different
the
dads.
same father and mother.
You have the same. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Really?
I'm sorry, we're old school.
So how
that
do you
way.
explain?
Why I look so much uglier?
No. Okay. Move. Okay. Next question.
Yeah, where are you
So
going,
I
buddy?
had.
You don't think we look alike?
No, I just.
No,
you
it's
know,
funny because you and
I
your
didn't
brothers
realize.
and your sister, y'all look like siblings. Do we look like siblings?
Of course, you look like siblings.
No, it's okay if we don't.
No,
I don't feel like we look alike.
You do. There was that other guy that was always around when I was a kid, and I thought
that
was
was
one
the
of y'all's
uncle
other
who
dad.
raped me. Oh no,
I thought that was one of y'all's dads.
Who are you talking about?
Okay, the guy with one leg.
Are we having a serious
Okay.
interview here?
No, we are. I apologize.
You making fun of Paco? Out of all the people,
No, not him
peg
at
leg
all.
Paco. You had to bring him up.
No, I'm sorry. I hope he's doing well. All right, so y'all, you're the oldest sibling, correct?
Yes.
And is it
Well, hold
better?
on, that's
Okay.
in contention, but keep going.
Okay, so why is that in contention though? Let's not. We can't just skip past it if it's in contention.
I don't know what calendar everyone ascribes to around here, or how they map the stars in their. Just keep going. She's older than I am by a couple years.
Okay. Older and the wiser, I'm assuming.
Yes.
As well. Much the wiser.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were always so growing up. Matthew, from my perspective, Matthew was always my brother's best friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I never. What?
I'm not gonna make the joke.
I knew it. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Fucking Matt's hilarious, guys. Matt's fucking funny. So growing up, it was like he was always my oldest sibling, my eldest sibling, male.
Eldest male sibling.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, they were best friends, and I never knew what the fuck they did at Matt's house to begin with. You know what I mean?
thought we were doing
that
some
was
cool
already a
stuff.
mystery as itself. Let alone Christina. Steiner was also a
Steiner
total fucking
Wiener.
mystery to me as well. I think I had seen her a handful of times, but I never knew what was going on. And I
You and
thought,
me both,
did
brother.
you guys hate each other or what? Because I felt like when y'all were younger, I don't know, but just the vibe I could have got was there. Did y'all get along when y'all were younger? Christina, not Matthew? Did you like Matthew?
Yes, I did.
Do you still like him?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
I think every sibling has arguments and fights and all that.
I agree. I fucking hate mine.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer it,
I can
Matthew?
answer it in a more objective but
Okay.
honest manner. I
Okay.
think. Didn't hate my sister. Like I didn't
Of
have
course
such
not.
a
We went through a
disdain for her. But I know we'd be on road trips and would be like my side of the back seat and her side, and be like,
Okay.
"You better
See?
not cross this."
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
see, that's
So
because that's
Yeah.
how me and Caleb
And
were.
then-
That's what I wondered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then up until after I got out of high school, she was very different when she was younger and drove me nuts.
I went through a phase.
And I used to literally joke that the only solution would be to kill her to my father. I used to make that joke. Yes. And Chris was there for this. Because she would do something and drive him so mad and
see,
crazy.
that's what I was
I
wondering.
used to tell my parents to make him stop breathing on me when I was little.
So, yeah. Yeah, we loved each other. But we weren't exactly buddies.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, just curious. I mean, I don't know, because like I said, I never really, whenever I would show up to the house, we would pretty much pick Chris up or drop him off, or I'd come in and get him here and there. And, I just wasn't sure, if it was like, I obviously.
We weren't ever close growing up.
No.
There's a bit of tongue in cheek.
Never close whatsoever growing up. Never had some serious heart-to-hearts or anything like that.
Yeah. No, never.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
If anything, Chris kept me from killing her.
Y'all, I will say this, though. Y'all had quite a special home.
The
You
way
had
to
a
find
very
a silver
special
lining.
You had a special home.
It's like, y'all didn't get along, but that place was magical.
It was. That's what I'm saying. It really was a magical. I'm being sincere.
I know you are, and I'm glad that you pulled that out of all that. So keep going on
you
about
guys
here.
had a
So
special place.
Wait, how was it a special place? I'm so confused.
There was just
Pop's
because
house.
all of Pop's home.
I'm gonna do a segment on Pop's house.
Pop's
and that's
home.
a whole nother conversation.
The fact that the whole vibe at Pop's house.
No,
everybody
from the
felt
moment
at home.
you were in high school, it was a hangout spot.
Oh,
then
yeah.
I went to college. My friends still went there and hung out. Now baby Matthew has continued the tradition. Like there's an energy of young rambunctiousness, I say.
Yeah,
that
but Dad,
continues in that house.
Dad witnesses to people. He's always shared.
He'll let anyone live there. How many,
I'm sorry. I would always show up. I would show up and just like I said, my time in that house was pretty much going back there to be like, hey Chris, we're out front, whatever, we're here.
he was
But
a
when I
punk-ass little
walked
kid
in,
at that point.
I felt at home. I didn't really spend much time there when I was a kid, but I felt at home, and it was like the magic of Pop's place. Later, I got to go over there for many football games. I experienced many football games at that place. UFC fights. I wasn't there for said person who laid motorcycle down and went to sleep.
Okay.
The Cowboys.
Football Cowboys.
I remember playing football across the street from there, but that's neither here nor there.
Exactly. What are we talking about?
Okay,
so we covered what you asked. Growing up, we weren't really close.
You weren't really close.
No.
Yeah.
So still.
Well, that's really all I had. No, I'm just kidding. So you live where you live now?
We live in New Mexico.
New Mexico, and that's where our previous guest who we had last week, a distinguished
one of
young
your
gentleman.
kids.
Yes.
One of your kids was on here.
Gentleman.
Yeah, he's gonna be moving with us, but we've lived all over.
Yeah. You've lived all over? That's what I've heard about that. It was, let me see if I can remember, like Florida, Germany, Oklahoma,
South Carolina, Texas,
and now New Mexico.
New Mexico. Why have I not ever?
Because you're
going to
maximize.
No, because my dad's name is Mac.
There you go. Yeah. No, that's No, I'm gonna keep chugging along here.
It's beautiful. So yeah, I mean we've.
And you have how many children do you have?
We have 5 total.
You have 5 total.
Oh yeah,
Matt. How do you
only
not
have
know?
the other 2? I've never even met.
See, this is what you say that
yours,
you're close.
mine, and ours.
Jeff's face. He's like,
I've never met the other 2. They were graduated.
They're my stepdaughters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense. I thought he was joking for a little bit, and I was like,
what are the names? Tiana and
Ashley.
Ashley. I need to. Am I supposed to know them?
It's okay.
Which kid of your kids do you not like the most? I'm kidding. That's a joke.
That's not how that works as a parent.
I know. It's a joke.
And
That's
if it
why I
does,
made
your
it. Because Matt the other week was like, which brother are you closest with? Which brother do you not like the most? Like he was trying, like, I mean, well, okay, but which brother? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's your favorite?
Yeah. See, there it is. Who's your favorite? Yeah, exactly. So there was a little bit of who's your favorite.
All of my
going
children
on.
are in the running for a favorite child.
So you grew up,
dude.
Oh, I got
If we have another kid, I'm gonna say I love you as much, but Sela's my favorite.
Yeah, no.
And you know what? It's gonna drive that other one to be an amazing, accomplished, great things.
Or drive them to drugs.
Yeah.
Or they might have that problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm joking. I would never do that. I'm sorry, future children.
So what was it like? This is what I'm curious about. I know your story and stuff, but what was it like for you, like growing up around, like you grew up in the East Dallas area?
Mm-hmm.
What was your, you weren't in Matt's circle,
no,
obviously.
No.
So what were you out doing? Because I'm curious,
what was
happening in Dallas? What was happening in Dallas around those times that was like cool to go do? Because it's like,
are you talking about high school or out of high school? These are
whatever. At whatever point you started to go do shit.
In high school?
from
You
there
leaving
forward, it could have
private
been
school
from.
was a watershed moment.
Yeah.
In your
we
life.
used to go up to Will's Point, like not Will's Point. Oh my goodness. White Rock Lake and
White Rock?
Yeah.
So that was still the spot. It was White Rock back because I remember in high school there was some parks around White Rock that was still the spot.
There's
Yeah.
fields they would go to.
Yeah, there were some fields there that everyone would go to and party.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the thing back then.
Yeah,
I didn't-
and then Williamson Park.
Yeah, Williamson.
Everyone would go and party at and drink.
Williamson.
Yeah, I think it was Williamson.
Where was that
Yeah.
at?
Here in East Dallas.
I don't know where Williamson
There's a ton of
Mm.
is.
little parks.
Yeah.
It just made me think Nathan is like, that's when I really got to know Nathan.
Yeah.
Because I didn't party or drink or do any of that stuff, but I would still hang out with him. And she was friend friend Nathan who passed, you know.
Yeah,
like
of
3 years
course,
ago.
of course.
So
Yeah.
that's why I was just thinking about him. And I remember going and like with him to different fields and parties and that sort of thing. But
Nathan was one of the only dudes that would like talk to me at y'all's parties. Like he would actually
Yeah.
he liked fishing, and so me and him would talk about fishing.
Dude,
and stuff.
if you could pick one human
Like-
to be stuck with if you're trapped in the woods or for survival,
It was Nathan.
it was him.
Oh, dude, he felt
It,
he
it
was,
was
super
like
cool
in his
guy.
DNA.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like survivability in nature. It's like he was meant to. I don't know. He's just one of those people. that-
Dude, you
yeah,
want to
man.
talk about like that was another thing too? Is like not to get all too sidetracked, dog trip, but you brought him up, and it
I'm
was
gonna
like
start crying if we talk too much. So we
no,
should
I'm
watch
sorry,
out.
but I just meant he had like he was another dude that it was like I just met him. It was like the very first time I met him. He sat out back and he was just smoking some cigarettes, and I was hanging out. Everybody had shit going on inside, and he was just out there talking to me. And I don't know, I just felt like you know, it was like I felt like this is a cool dude. I'm safe. Like it's a nice guy. Like because
Yeah.
there was some of those fucking dudes that skated
There was
around
like
there that
the
was like
absence
who
of
the fuck
ego
is
or
this guy?
pride whatsoever in his personality.
Absolutely.
It was
and he was
like-
totally there.
Yeah, he was
there.
such
Yeah.
just a genuine human.
Yeah.
In the most like in the purest sense.
Because I was like a kid hanging out at those parties, like a
Yeah.
teenager, a young teenager. Nobody really gave a fuck or paid attention, but like him,
Man,
you know, I remember
yeah.
him like actually. You know,
I love him. But so
having-
yeah, you
having a good
partied at
time.
White Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did anybody you were running with? What were they like street racing and stuff? They have like the
Oh my
cars.
goodness.
They have street racing cars and stuff. Was that a thing?
Yes.
Because I know that like the Trinity, like we used to go like
It's
Regal
funny
Row
you
and
asked
race
that.
off
Yep,
Regal,
Regal
Row
Row,
and shit. Y'all did
Royal
too.
Lane.
Royal Lane?
Yes.
Did you know some stuff about
Northwest
her?
Highway.
No.
You didn't know anything about her.
No.
Dude,
I'm asking
street
questions.
Racing.
Well, let her
was-
fucking talk.
I'm just
Street
saying,
racing
I'm
was a
shocked.
big, heavy thing for me.
Street racing was?
Yes.
You were street racing a lot?
Yes.
Was it
I
like
I did not, but I
you
used
were
to go
rolling
out
with
there.
people
Yes,
that
I
were
was rolling
like-
with people after high
and
school.
so you were in the car with him and shit
Yes.
and do it. Is that not like, while it is extremely dangerous,
It's very
like,
dangerous.
It's incredibly, it's fun.
It's fun, but it's very, very,
fucking
very
fun.
dangerous.
It is
yes.
dangerous. You shouldn't do it. We don't condone it. But it was something that was happening. It's now back. See, that's the thing. I feel like street racing back then was a little bit different. It was like they would street race for like most of the street racing that we were around. It was like for X amount of feet or yards, whatever. They would haul ass and then slow down, and that was it. Now they're shutting down intersections and doing fucking donuts. And
So we would
So
do.
it's safer now.
We would shut down like
No.
part of Northwest Highway going into Irving.
yes, I know what you're talking
What
about.
was the
And then
process for shutting it down?
People would block off the road,
to get cones out or just
They
make
would
it
just
low?
block their cars.
Part of their cars.
and then they would race until the cops came, and then everyone
Yeah,
would take off, and
and go
everyone would
somewhere
yell
else.
where they're going next, either Regal Row
Dude,
or
it's such an
Royal
interesting
Lane or whatever it is,
subculture.
and then they would just go.
It was like a type
So-
of rave subculture, but then
It
instead of
was.
like raving and drugs, it was like racing. It's a
So,
different drug.
It was
right?
crazy.
Y'all would just stay out pretty much all night and ride around. It would just go to different spots.
Different spots, yeah.
There wouldn't be any like.
How did you even fall in with these people? I don't even.
Sounds like
Actually,
fucking.
me and Nathan went. I met one person in particular.
Yeah.
When I was with Nathan and two of my girlfriends.
I'd be gosh darned.
Yeah.
Marcy and Georgia.
Georgia and Marcy and Neville, I think. Yeah,
Neville. Yeah. That's crazy.
maybe. Yeah.
I just remember
Georgia.
Nathan telling me a story whenever he was at one of those that he was a foot away from seeing somebody get shot. Not
Oh,
even
at one of
joking.
those street things?
We were there
Yes.
and we went to the hospital because we knew them.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And Nathan was like, "Yeah, that happened like
It was
a foot
pretty-
away from me."
They're not like the safest places.
Oh, the street races?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, absolutely not.
Yeah, and
Definitely
this is
not.
Probably
What did-
early aughts.
Jeff, he was saying these.
The early aughts.
Yeah, the early 2000s. I mean, well, yeah, and that was
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
Was
like
that not-
2001.
So that was before Fast and the Furious.
It was when
then.
they came out.
That
It
was
was
like right when they
perfect
came out,
It
or
was
like,
timing, because I
Right when
remember
it came
going
out.
to see the
Yeah.
movie with his
Yeah.
father, Matthew's father. Yeah.
dude, that's wild. So I didn't know
With
you were
some
riding
people
like
that we knew.
Yeah.
You're rolling around like that. So were you dating a guy or something that had a car like that or something?
Yeah,
You were. What kind of car did he have?
a Mustang.
A 5.0, dude. It was
a
so
Mustang, dude. A 5.0, dude.
Yeah, like the
Aaron's
90,
brother,
early 90 ones
the
that you
Fox
could
body,
modulate, dude. It
the,
was
like the square body,
dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
That thing was badass.
what's his name? Aaron. His brother Clint had a 5.0.
Dude, I
A
feel
red
like they're like the
5.0, and
Glocks
that was
of
like-
cars. Like,
dude, that
you
thing
could
was so
easily
badass.
Tweak.
That's a good way of putting it. It is very much so.
like
Like
you
there.
could customize and do
Yeah.
things to them
Well,
a lot
there's a lot of
easier than a lot
parts.
of models after that and before.
When there's a lot of just parts that they make aftermarket,
Yeah.
like performance-wise for it, whereas other cars they don't. Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find a bunch of shit for a Neon.
But it was I mean, it was the father. And I can't remember it, but it was Matthew's father she met.
Oh,
this.
okay.
Yeah,
And he's a
this
little
guy
car guy. He's
is
a car guy
is a
too.
jokester.
Who?
Matthew's father,
He's a
because he had
jokester?
little dad racing teams, right?
Okay.
Do you know what his crew was? FCR. Do you know what FCR stood
my
for?
Goodness.
This and
What?
he had a decal the
decal.
size of his fullback window made of this Fat Cock Racing. And he literally had a giant decal of a dick with balls spinning out on the back of his car.
God.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Like
You say fat
cock racing,
Yeah.
and had a custom made decal that covered his whole back window of a penis with his balls spinning out.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's
That's innovative.
something.
So you were around creative people.
That's the thing. She's like, I like
You
this
were
guy.
around
No.
creative people.
We were together. And
No,
then he
me and
didn't.
Mark
No.
and Chris had a lot of fun together too.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no,
That's awesome, man. Those
yeah.
I mean, I can imagine, I mean, the street racing that was being around that type of shit was pretty cool. So what was life? What happened after that? Where'd you go from there? What was the next thing to do after street racing? Were you in college at that point? You didn't.
I did some
Freebasing.
classes.
Classes.
I did some classes. I mean, I've
Okay.
done. I mean,
You've
I
done
don't,
some classes. Unpack that a little, would you?
I don't even. It's been so
Okay,
long.
like
That's
community
like 20.
college?
Yeah, community college.
Okay, so you were at that point where you like more tame, died down a little
Yeah.
bit. You weren't like out.
Well, I mean,
What were you? Okay, what I'm
I was,
interested
I was
again.
a single mom
again,
at that time. So
Again, I'm very interested to see what
okay, that's huge. How old were you when you had your first child?
I was 19 when I had Matthew,
you were.
and then I
19.
had Caleb at 21,
Okay.
and then I got married after Caleb to my now husband. So
Okay.
Garrett,
And that guy sounds. Have I met him?
Maybe.
maybe I don't know.
Was he at the wedding?
I was gonna
No, he
ask.
wasn't able to
I
come to
don't
the
think he
wedding.
was. No.
No, he wasn't able to come.
I don't know if
He's
I've met
killing
him.
terrorists.
I've seen him. I want to say.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cool guy.
He's
Shout
a cool
out
guy.
Garrett.
No, Garrett's a cool guy.
Shout out to that guy. He's a good guy.
I'm very happy that they found their way. She needed a man just like Garrett.
I'm sure
And,
is he I'm sure he's vastly different than you in that. In like, what was his? Do you know like what his growing up
well, I
was
mean-
like? No, I'm just saying like
That's an
like
interesting question.
Well, you're saying like
No, he
Garrett,
compliments
Garrett's
her,
the
like,
guy that she needed or something.
to-
You're happy.
to
So I'm
give
just
her
curious, like
structure and
she
discipline.
sounded like a real piece of shit growing up. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
It's
I'm
great.
kidding.
You can say
No,
that
I
you're
was
saying
I'm
joking.
just
No,
I'm
no,
after.
kidding.
no. I was
I'm
difficult
kidding.
growing up. I was.
Difficult.
Okay.
So I was difficult.
That's the G-rated
I
version.
was. So I was
Sit
difficult.
down. Get his mic set up. Stephanie and Chris need a mic that they can.
I was difficult growing up.
Alright,
Yes.
So we're just have to.
He is not a bad boy. He is a gentleman. And
He was
yeah.
Okay. So he wasn't street racing? Do you know
No,
when he was younger?
No.
He's
no,
probably
no. He was in the
helping-
military.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have time for that. He's out there actually, doing much better things than I was. Probably, I'm sure.
Probably.
What a guy, Garrett. That's a good name. Not like the names of the people that the
It
directors
is
you like.
It is a good name.
He's got it's a strong name.
It's a quite
you
strong
know,
name, and it's a
versus-
quite strong. I gotta take a strong bathroom break and be right back.
Oh,
Just trust
God.
me.
One, and we're back.
What?
Matthew, you think?
No, I was just saying it.
Do you think you need to have yourself checked out, your bowels, as much as you're back and forth?
It can't hurt.
You've been pooting a lot. You've been like Vladimir, like the leader of that country.
Have I? I thought we were having an intervention for something else, not
Oh
pooping.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you keep.
What's the intervention for?
I don't want to know.
Smack. What else? A PCP.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So
Rock,
another thing.
cocaine.
This is so. Do you remember we were talking about it a little bit? I'm interested again. Little random things that you possibly remember about Dallas. Do you like Dallas growing up? I'm sure you probably still like the city.
I like it better than I do now.
Okay. Oh,
she's a Dallas hater,
dang.
dude.
Yeah,
I
no,
know, dude. I get
I
sick
get
of
it.
it.
I don't.
That
I mean, but
super
hold on
lame.
though. Can you?
Yes.
Now it's kind of.
She
I
betrayed
understand
Dallas.
it in a sense. If
After
you're saying,
moving around the world, yes, I can. After seeing everywhere else, there is so.
You've seen everywhere else, huh?
Seeing a lot of other places, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
a
glad to be
handful.
out.
more than me.
You know how many countries there are? You've seen everywhere. Yeah.
Seen a lot of other places.
Mr.
there.
Worldwide over here.
So
Dolly.
I remember hearing about it. I never witnessed it, but did you ever
The
see?
birth of Christ.
Yeah, I remember seeing at
My
churches
no,
they
I
would do the reenactment, but I wasn't there for the real thing. Do you remember it? I wasn't around. My brother one time was the baby. I think he played it.
It was weird.
No, so Walker, Texas Ranger,
Yes.
was always in East Dallas, from what I
Yep,
remember.
he
Do
was.
you remember seeing Walker and them around there?
Yeah, he actually parked. They parked at our church parking lot in the back. Remember that?
They did, yeah. It was like a Wednesday night, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
Right as we were letting out.
Yep, and everyone was freaking out and like
that's when
getting
Mikey
autographs.
saw
and
Now
all
I
that
look
kinda
back
stuff.
and wondered, who did they talk to at the church, or did they just know they
No,
could do
they didn't.
that?
It was just that back corner of the
I
parking
know, but it
lot.
was still their lot. They figured this church isn't going to stop us. What, you know?
He's
Well, and
the
it was
Texas
also a free
Ranger,
place to
dude.
do
What are you
it.
gonna do?
But it was also
Why
like
did they pick there
1990.
of all the places?
He
it was
probably
also
was
like
pulled over, and they were like,
1990
"Let's
with
just
the
pull
Ranger.
They're
over."
probably
Like-
excited to see it.
No, but it was
I
also
didn't get an autograph.
I don't think you're gonna run up and get roundhoused.
You know he was in the Air Force, right?
Who?
Chuck?
Yeah.
Chuck Norris was?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't believe it.
You know what his
Google
real
it.
name is?
I ain't Googling nothing.
You know what his real name is?
What?
Chuckford?
Carlos.
It really is.
I guess I'll have to
Yeah.
look this one up.
Oh, here we go. The Matthew Doubt. Matthew Doubt.
He doubts you, but not me.
Carlos Ray Norris.
Wow. You know what
I
Hulk
have
Hogan's
to
real name
redefine
is?
a lot of things in life.
You know what Hulk Hogan's real name is?
Huck?
Terry Borella.
Terry Jean Balea.
Or
This is
Balea.
Great. Do you want to know what her real name is?
Okay.
Steiner Wiener.
Matthew's upset because he didn't know something.
You-
Okay,
That's
but
why-
no,
Hey, you
got
really
to
want
see
to have your
Walker
mind
film.
blown? Look
I
up
never
John
got to see
Wayne's
Walker
real
film,
name.
and I was.
Yes,
I
you
was-
did. You were there that night.
I don't.
He
Yes,
was
you
young.
were.
Yeah.
There was no
Yeah,
way
Mikey
you
was
weren't
so
there
little
because
that-
that was when you were talking about what's his name?
Is the J Lab? I can't
on.
hear Chris though.
Oh, yeah, we're not monitoring him.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
fix
because
that.
I need
Keep
to
going.
be able to hear.
Keep
Okay.
going.
I apologize. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, I don't know. I'm just interested in all the. Now that I'm older, I feel like I missed a lot of the cool shit that was possibly going on in Dallas, like back in the day, like versus now. It's like, it's kind of there's
Yeah,
a
it
bunch
was
of
really cool
yuppie
back
shit. There's a bunch of yuppie shit going on now, where it's like, yeah, you want to go to some bar and pay $14 for a gin and tonic, not really, you know. Whereas like back in the day, it felt like there was more shit. You know, did you go to concerts? I know Matt was big
Yes.
into music. You were big into music.
Yep, I've seen quite a few people.
What was the biggest like bands you remember coming through that you went to go see? Maybe in like, you know.
I hope you can share the magical memory that we shared together, which I think I told the story on here before.
Have you? Did you tell it?
Yeah, it was the Lady Gaga.
No.
Did I tell the story? I know I've told you personally, but on here just about concert experiences.
No, I don't know. Perhaps you have, but I'd like to hear it. If she
Is
has,
it the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Yeah.
How everything worked out on that day.
Oh, getting the tickets and all that kind of
Just
stuff?
everything. From the moment we're sitting on the porch, we not even
It was
thinking
just
about
random.
it. And we're
Yeah,
like,
we
oh,
were
they're
just
playing
like-
today.
Yeah, we found out they were in concert and we were like, oh, well, let's go and see if we can try and get tickets. We pulled our money together, cash, just like random cash. And we were going to try and scalp tickets. We pulled up to somebody that looked like they had tickets in my little Honda Accord. And we were like...
I remember that.
And we were like, I think it was like 5 of us?
Yeah, you, me, that one skinnier friend of yours, I don't remember her name, and then at least one other.
Yeah, so there was 4 of us, and I gave the dude like $50 for 4 tickets, but he didn't count it before he gave me the tickets. I just gave him a
She
lot
just
of
played
cash.
her like young female, like, oh, here's the money, haha.
Yeah,
thanks,
so I
let's
gave
go.
him like $50 for 4 tickets. It was a lot of money. But it wasn't. It just looked like it.
My dog. That's what I'm
And
talking
I took
about.
off, and
She just finessed that.
We got the
man.
tickets, and then I knew somebody from First Baptist once we got there that
We just
did.
happened to run
Yeah,
into
we just
them
happened to
working
run
there,
into her, and she
that
was
you went to
working
high
there.
school with.
That I went to high school with. That was older than me, and she got us down into the pit.
She like
because
happened to work security
she
or
worked,
management, and she
yeah.
saw us, and they weren't even like friends.
So y'all just had general admission tickets.
We had
General
the cheapest
admission.
stuff
like
we could get.
just to get
We
you
were
in the
at
gate to
Starplex.
be able to be like, yeah,
Yeah,
man, there they
we
are.
walk in there. She sees her. She's like, "Oh, hold on, come here." Lets us through.
Oh,
Get right
dude.
to the front of the freaking
pit.
thing, dude.
Like
Oh,
right
dude.
there.
It was magic.
Against the
Foo
fence.
Fighters,
And
Chili
this
Peppers.
was
I
this
like
was
15.
this was fucking prime Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was-
Californication had just come out.
Yeah.
So it was
Man.
like the resurgence after
It
one
was just
minute.
the most random day, but we went.
and it just worked out though.
It just worked out.
Oh yeah,
And so
dude.
it was
That
just a
was magic.
situation where you were just like, they're in town, let's give it a shot, and
Yeah.
then you didn't. But you know what it sounds like? It sounds like
Sequence.
you had no paralysis to analysis. You just said, "There's a show, let's fucking go." Bam, and you went, and
Everything worked out.
you just took that step. It just took you.
It
taking that
really
step.
was that kind of
That little bit of
scenario.
faith, where you had that little bit of faith, where you're like, you know what? Because what was the worst that was going to happen?
And
You
then-
turn around and go home.
And we
Yeah.
didn't hang out and do stuff like that. It was like an afternoon where we happened to all be on the
Yeah.
porch, and I was like, "Well, yeah, I'd like to go and see them."
Well, that's what happened with that Toadies concert in the West End.
Yeah.
Because that was literally a pop-up show. Like,
Yeah.
That was totally
it wasn't
free too.
advertised. It was behind the old spaghetti warehouse in
Yep.
the West End. And it
Y'all
was
went
like,
to
it
that
just-
too?
Yep.
Yeah, we all went. It was a free concert. It was like they just. It was literally.
Because I picked y'all up.
I
didn't
remember crowd
We were all
surfing,
just
dude.
at
Oh
the
man, I
house,
miss crowd
like-
surfing. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I came home from work at
stepped on
Sears.
my spike boots.
Mhm.
So they just stepped on your spikes. It's like,
Yeah.
do that.
So that's one thing we do have in common is music. We've always
Music.
we've seen
some
Tool
music, and like I
together.
said,
Y'all saw Tool
technically
together?
you exposed me to Tool. Technically,
She was the one.
well, I was so young. I just remember you being and all rebellious
was a
and blasting them
huge
so
Tool fan.
loud
Okay.
whenever you were mad. You would be playing Einema albums so loud.
Like I said, man, something special
Yeah,
about
like
that house.
46 and 2. Yeah. I just remember just one night you being rebellious and just blasting it so loud from a little CD player in there. And I didn't get into Tool until years later on my own, but I heard him first because of you.
Nothing to do with it.
That's so cool.
No, I'm not
And
saying
now
I did, but we
Caleb
Just
gets
the way
it.
he said it, he was like, I got into it.
And Caleb gets Tool too, which is in an interview if you listen to it. Like, so it's successful transition of
Good.
knowledge.
I like Caleb. Caleb's a good kid. I like Matt too. I like Matthew.
So we've seen 3 concerts together, haven't we? 'Cause
We've
we saw
probably
Tool
seen
in Fort
more.
Worth.
Yeah, more than
I mean, we went.
You didn't go to ICP with me, did you?
What? You saw the posse?
Okay.
Yeah, I saw
You've
it.
seen
Found
the posse.
Hit
What
the
year? Hang on.
brakes. Hit the brakes.
What year did you see the posse?
Oh, 98.
Holy
Yeah, I was a junior in high school.
Holy garbanzovins.
Was
You
this
saw him,
They were at the Bronco Bowl.
dude. The fucking Bronco Bowl.
She went to the dark
Oh
were at
my
circus.
they were
god.
with the Fago bottles. I got up on stage too.
Chris, grab a Fago right now and spray it all over the room.
No.
Fago, dude. Look at her, dude. She's like, holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, the face paint's
Wait,
She-
so
look,
ICP, what
she's
who
about
else
to
have
just
you
go
seen?
straight hatchet man on us, dude. She's a juggalette through and through.
And no, I'm not
dude.
a juggalette.
Garrett's listening to this like, oh shit, I didn't know she left this out.
She was supposed to never
Garrett's
speak
like,
of this
she
again.
left this out of her.
She promised she would never mention this again.
Oh my god,
Dude, he's
dude.
gonna get fired from his job. Once they find out
Oh
about this.
man, yeah, because they're like a
Oh,
gang.
excuse me, here we got
the
a
dark
juggalo
circus is
affiliation
not
here.
to be toyed with.
No,
no, that's
no,
crazy.
it
No,
was,
so that was the
My
early days
sister
of it. That was when they were like on their up and
impressed,
Yeah.
and influenced to
That's
do
awesome,
stupid
though.
things.
I liked them. I was down with the clowns. I was down with the clowns, dude.
I
The
liked
homies,
them.
their song, the homies. You telling me you weren't down with the clowns?
I respect that they've done something.
Yeah, because you
built the
fear them.
subculture,
Because you're afraid.
but I don't like them.
They've
Yeah,
built
no.
a subculture. Is
it
what-
was a
that's what
free
you're gonna
concert
say?
that I went
They
with
did.
people.
Yeah. Oh, they did more than just that. They made movies.
Bro,
Yeah, dude.
fucking magnets.
How do they work?
You see what I'm saying? I feel like you're underestimating.
No, dude, I
Okay,
can-
no,
I
I'm
can-
sorry. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
can
projecting.
tell you about
sorry,
what
man.
I've learned in college about them, believe it or not.
Okay.
But I'm not. This
We're
ain't
not
about
gonna-
me or
No,
ICP.
I know, but I'm just saying. So where'd you go see them at? Where
Bronco
was-
Bowl.
The Bronco Bowl. I'm sorry.
no
And the
longer
Bronco
there.
Bowl was
Yep.
that was
That was in over like
Like
off of
West Dallas?
Yeah, 30
going
West.
towards Fort Worth.
And that's where they
Yeah.
used to just have a bunch of Broncos in a bowl?
No, it's no,
Oh.
yeah, but it's concerts.
See, I would have thought rodeo.
Yeah.
I thought rodeo. I'm
Yeah,
like,
we
the
did.
fuck?
Didn't we see POD in?
And I went to a fight there
No,
too.
that was in Waco,
like
I
an
thought.
MMA style fight there.
It was with a bunch of Waco people. That was POD, Blindside, and Project 86, where I had to draw y'all's passes on your hands. Because it was sold out.
I remember
And I went
doing
out
that.
and I drew everybody's passes on there because they
What was
stamped
it?
everybody's hands. But
I remember
had to
seeing
mute 'em 'cause you
POD.
kept-
Yeah.
because it was like it was.
I remember that.
It was way over capacity.
Yeah.
And I ended up. A few of us had gotten stamped, and they all showed up late. And like I drew the stamp on their hand with like Sharpies, and then we just kind of like half-ass wiped it. She almost got stopped walking into that show. Like the guy, like she like threw her hand up, and the guy like saw it and was like, "Hey, wait!" And like at that point, she had already like slipped on past.
I just kept on walking.
Damn. Act as if. Just act as if.
It's like I don't hear you.
Like, what are you talking? You
it
talking
till
to
you
me?
make it.
Hey, you talking to me? I didn't know.
Fake it
No,
till you
that's
make it.
awesome. So it was like, all right. So you and Matthew had.
Blindside, dude. That album still holds up.
They were there that night.
Did you? Did you ever go
Heck
see
yeah.
MXPX with them?
Yes.
You saw
Down in
MXPX?
Deep Ellum.
That was in like
90-pound wuss.
90
pound wuss and
that was
MXPX.
one.
That was
Chris,
in
I remember
That was
seventh
crazy.
grade.
I remember Chris being a big fan of 90-pound
Dude,
wuss and MXPX.
that still holds up.
So I remember
90-pound wuss, that
Dad
album.
taking all of us down there.
One of the hardest punk shows I ever
Yes,
went
and
Yeah, and
Dad
I was like
freaking
12 or
out
13.
because
16.
we're so young,
Yeah.
right? And then there are people down there because it's a punk rock and it's in a
They're
venue.
Christian punk.
It's a Christian punk,
So that's
but a
how
lot
I
of
was able
people
to go.
down there didn't realize it was a Christian punk band.
No, yeah.
So there's people that,
Just like stinky punks.
yeah, they had
Yeah.
like collars on, chokers on with like
Oh,
the
yeah.
spikes and Dad's
Padlocks.
like.
Yeah. Christians can
Oh
rock
my gosh,
too,
where-
man.
where
That's what I'm
are we?
saying, dude. Christians can rock out too.
No, I know that, but it was really
know
cute
that
because
dude
Yeah.
took a header
our
and
family
did
down
it.
there just
You
didn't
pull
fit
up-
in at all.
no.
Yeah, not at all.
No, I know. It's very similar to ours. It was
Yeah.
like Chris
Yeah,
and y'all, our
Oh,
families
yeah.
are very similar in that
Very
aspect
out of
where it's-
place, but it was a
Yeah.
good concert. Very loud for us when we were younger.
Like I said, I think I was in like
Were-
6th or 7th grade.
Were those bands from Dallas?
No.
None
I
of
think
them
they're from the
were?
north.
No, they're just on a tour.
That's cool. So y'all just got to see
There's
them
the
coming
Tooth and
through.
Nail
Though. That's almost
Records.
even cooler in a sense that they were just coming through town and y'all caught them.
No, I mean I was a big fan of MXPX, so I paid attention to. So it was like a birthday present type thing.
Oh, that's cool.
It wasn't a casual thing. It was like I had a party and
Yeah.
my friends and Big Mark was there.
I remember when y'all went. I remember that, and I'm not even kidding. I remember
Yeah, 13. I said because I went out of my way to find Christian rock because I wouldn't listen to anything non-Christian, and so like I had to dig deep to find like what I found to be an equivalent of mainstream rock.
Yeah.
And that's where like I found these.
No, I
guys.
remember those days because that was whenever there was one time you came over to pick me up before we went and did something, and you were playing Kurt Franklin. But
JP, can you hear me?
Can I get a witness?
no, but so you liked music. That was something y'all
Yes.
could connect over when y'all,
No, but
that
we-
was something
yeah.
you also.
But we didn't connect over it when we were younger. We
No,
really
but
don't connect
yeah.
over it now. We've just
No.
kind
That's
of.
just something you had
We
in common.
happened to go to
Yeah.
that concert was like the most unifying event other than the Tool concert, which
Yeah.
wasn't as
Would
magical.
you say that's what made you guys maybe be like, okay, I can live with this person?
I'll say
With
yes
that
for the
concert
sake
when
of
you
this
were like-
interview.
Were you like at that moment like?
No,
No.
we left that. and I'm
maybe
sure
Matthew
she
can
pissed me
breathe
off
around
later
me?
that night.
No.
Christina was like, I was
I'm
still.
sure I was
She
mad
was
at
like,
her
I was
there.
still out on him at that time.
Yeah.
No, he didn't like me more than anything. I know that.
It was definitely like Matthew to Christina.
What about Chris? Did you think Chris was cool? Or were you like fucking
Yeah.
Matthew and
Chris
his
was
Matthew and
actually
his-
her brother.
Matthew and his stupid friend.
Matthew became her brother.
Yeah.
Chris was my surrogate.
brother.
Was the surrogate brother? He did what a normal good brother.
Yeah, Chris
should
was
have
the
done.
Chris was my surrogate brother.
That's fucking
Matt
funny.
would tell her, he's like, I'm not gonna cover for you.
I didn't have the patience.
Matthew's like, I don't care about you.
I'm not gonna tell on you. I'm not gonna tell. But if you get caught, I am not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna defend you.
And Chris is the one that's like, I'll take care of you. It's
And
okay.
it was like, no, I wouldn't. I mean, I would be. It was like, yeah, coming in at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, tripping on acid, and I'm asleep on the couch, and like, hey, it's really bad. She's like fucking 16, 17.
Yeah, I ain't got no patience for that.
Just a youngster. And like, and me and her, like, and I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, no, there was no way Matthew was having that shit, but I sat up and watched As Good as It Gets. Like,
That's
the
a good
whole
movie, Helen Hunt, Jack Nicholson. She won an Oscar.
Ballistics to her that night, actually. It was the difference between rifle rounds and shotgun shells.
Look at that.
And that's where you learn the technique if someone's having a bad trip to start talking about guns.
Guns, and they'll be like,
no, she asked. I don't even know where it came from. And that's how it happened. Yeah.
So are you a movie fan? I know, obviously.
Yes,
Matt,
I love
we know.
movies.
Okay.
Oh, actually, and y'all have something in common because she likes a very certain genre that I don't.
What?
R.
What do you mean?
Horror.
Oh, I love
Horror.
horror. I love
Horror.
all that
R.
stuff. Yeah.
I did say that like a.
Yeah,
I
that's
think you
so
said R.
like Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
I like scary stuff.
I'm a big horror fan. One of my favorite of all time is Halloween. That's my favorite. Like.
I like the new horror stuff.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, there's so many of the new horrors that are great, but it was like.
I like Asian
what?
horror.
Okay, like which one?
So.
She's like, wait, you have to have an answer?
Stephanie might have something to say on this one here too. What did you know? Why did y'all laugh? Did y'all watch one recently?
No, because when I lived in Dallas, she would come over and we watch scary movies together because Garrett won't watch them with me. Yeah, she's the only one that'll watch movies. with
Really?
me. Scary movies, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't like me when I was growing up, and even still now, it's like one of the only people who watching with me is my buddy Crane.
Yeah.
Like me and him love scary movies. Like it's awesome. Like we'll just sit there and cuddle up in our Snuggies and some popcorn.
It's very sweet.
I'm scared of clowns, but I finally recently watched Terrifier.
Okay, yeah,
We've
but that
got
was
a clown that you should check out then.
tried to get Christina to watch it the first time.
toast.
Yeah,
Soft
and I
Max.
couldn't do it because
And
it
she
was too
like,
scared.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah, but then I finally did it.
She knows what they're
Probably.
capable of, dude. She's like, look, I got out of the dark
Probably.
circus. She's like, I got out of that tent years ago. I escaped the dark
But I
circus.
finally watched it, and yeah,
The Terrifier was
it's more gore than
it's
anything.
very
It's just torture
gory,
porn, isn't it?
but it was pretty good. When it wasn't being gory, the build up to the gore was actually good. The in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the real guy that actually plays that dude?
He looks
Totally harmless,
yeah.
like cool, like just you
so
know.
it's an actor wearing makeup?
What a fucking punch, Matt! Right here.
I'm
No.
shocked.
Yeah. No, well, no, it's not that it's an actor wearing makeup. It's just that it's like, for instance, like the dude that played, it's like the guy that plays Michael Myers. It's a big fucking dude. The guy that played Jason.
He's actually a midget.
Was no, it wasn't Josh Brolin. Yeah. Yes.
Look at that. Look what's happening? Magic.
Yeah, look what's
That's
happening.
That's called movie magic?
Look at that movie magic, dude.
Okay, so we're talking about
We love
clowns.
Brolin too, but I just made jokes about.
He's the biggest man in Hollywood.
He has the biggest presence in Hollywood. He does have the biggest
Make you
presence.
feel
I was just talking about how
So you like
I was
horror
under
movies.
the impression
She likes Asian horror movies, though she
I
can't
like
name one.
serial killer type stuff too, though. So.
serial killer type stuff. So did you watch the the show on
Dahmer.
Netflix, Mindhunter? Did you
Oh,
ever watch any of that,
No,
Mindhunters?
I watched
What?
the
Dude.
Well, it's more of like the profiling side of it.
So it's the no.
I've
but you
heard
gotta
of
watch
it.
You
Okay.
gotta
It's
watch
like
it
the
you're-
origins of profiling. Of like what when the FBI
No, I did the
started
Dahmer
FBI
series.
profiling.
Yeah.
Not.
What's it about?
It's about so whenever they came up with the term serial killers.
pro-
it's
like
Are you
whenever
profiling,
talking
they-
like
about, yeah,
Criminal
the lady
Minds.
that does? Are you talking about the lady?
We're talking about the origin
that
of
lady's
that.
in it. So recently they released that documentary on Hulu
Yeah.
about her. So they had a show on Netflix like 4 years ago or something.
Probably longer.
So it's
Something
about
5.
her?
No, it's about how that whole thing. The two male detectives, Holden and I can't remember the other guy.
David Fincher was behind it, like
Yeah.
the director. But it's about like basically the origin of when the FBI started actually
Like
coming
the-
up with
okay.
profiles for these types of people.
Before
so
that,
they
they
could
never called
identify
them
them.
serial killer.
Yeah.
That's where they
Yeah,
even
like,
came
oh,
up.
the
They were the ones that
unsub
came
is
up with the
likely
serial
in his
killer.
30s and likely this. Well, they create all these profiles on
Yes.
this data, and so that's why they're able
And
to try and identify them because statistically they
Yeah.
satisfy all these criteria.
And the
Kinda
whole
like Criminal
show,
Minds.
and so the
Yes,
show it
that's
goes
exactly what it
in the show they actually talk to like a handful of. They go and interview because again, there's like Matt said, they're trying to learn how to like build these profiles. So they go in and they interview known serial killers that are in prison.
Okay.
And so they're pretty much trying to be like get
they're
into their
building their
mind
profiles.
and then talk to each one of these guys, see what they all have in common in a sense, and be like he said, be able to build profiles.
They're
on each
training
one
an
of them.
AI of sorts.
And so it's like it's really cool because they talk to like that dude, Ed
that is just
Kemper.
like training
They
AI.
talked to the dude about the Boston Strangler guy. Like it was really cool. Like
I'll have to
and
add that
again,
on my
and
list.
that girl
Yeah, I can't
that's
believe I haven't
in
watched
the
mine
girl that they just made the documentary about. She's in that she's in that
with the-
TV
with
show.
the-
It's like they have her character in there.
With the
Okay.
tiger lady? Yeah.
Huh? No,
No.
Tiger Lady.
No, keep going.
Oh, okay.
The lady. Haven't been watching as much stuff. I've been reading too much. So.
What have you been reading?
Yeah, you should ask her about this.
No.
Oh, like are these like
I read everything.
naughty books?
I
Like,
read, I
like
read
these
everything.
lady books where they like
dude,
they hook up with like orc people, like dragon guys or something. You know what I mean? I
No.
hear about that.
Work people
It's
that
a
hook
lot
up
more
with
realistic.
dragons.
It's like
It's more
fantasy.
fantasy.
I feel like everything nowadays is like this.
Theirs isn't fantasy like that.
Okay.
No, I read fantasy.
Maybe. I just know there's reverse
No, I read the
harems.
dragon stuff.
So you read Hillary Clinton's book?
Hillary Clinton.
It's a joke. It was a
Ask her
No.
what reverse harem is.
No.
What's reverse harem?
It's a bitch with a bunch of dudes. Yes.
No, this is a subgenre that I didn't know. Women have a
Reverse
bunch of
harem?
sick. They have a bunch of sick definitions for things.
No,
Tell
this
them
is
what
like
this
Cosmopolitan magazine. What's up?
This is like, oh, you want to know a new great
Yeah.
reverse
We just
harem
found
novel?
out about this.
I know this. I'm telling them what
I get.
it is.
So we heard that it is when there's one woman that has multiple guys.
It's
There.
like very specific
Oh.
rules for it to be this, though.
A man that has a harem, you know, a man can have a
Okay.
Yes,
harem.
a player.
Let's get
Big, like a group of women.
A player pimp.
reverse
Yeah,
harem.
a reverse harem is when a
Here we
woman
go.
has a lot of men.
A hoe. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a
But
joke.
at
No,
the-
that's
it's-
crazy.
But it's backwards, yeah.
Right there.
Reverse
you can see the
harem.
screen, but yeah.
I will say this. That's a great word, harem. I love harem.
You
got
love
a
harem? Why
of-
don't you name your first kid that?
No, but I read.
I
Like,
hope he has a harem of bitches. That's
A gaggle.
Oh,
A gaggle.
Yeah, a gaggle of hoes. I hope he got a gaggle.
So
So
she reads dirty sex
How'd you get
books.
into these books?
That's not just the only books I read.
The genre. How'd
No,
you
she
get into
watches
the
the film.
reverse
No, I
harem?
do
versions
not.
of them,
I
too.
do not. That is not
called
what
art.
happens, Matthew.
Garrett,
It's called art.
do you know
No,
about this, Garrett?
Scratch that.
Garrett, do you know about this?
Wait, but if not just the books, where else does this expand to? You
What?
just made it sound like, oh, I don't just read the books.
They have audiobooks.
I don't just read these books.
Oh, so you
I
read
read
books
other
so you
books,
could
yeah.
show to your daughter.
These books.
Yes, I
Okay.
read like
Books.
historical fiction and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Psychological thrillers.
Okay.
You a
I've
fan?
read-
So have you read it?
No, I'm not a big Stephen King fan.
Okay.
He's a hard read for me.
Really?
Yeah,
Why
and
is
that's-
that?
Yeah, I'm not. I've read like romantasy type stuff.
Romantasy.
Okay.
Romance fantasy.
It's like kind of like that, but there's a lot of world building in it.
Of
So if you
course,
like fantasy,
naturally.
it's like a high fantasy.
Yeah.
High fantasy.
High fantasy,
So-
high concept.
But historical fiction like Kristen Hanna, The Women. It's like a Vietnam era
Yeah.
type
Okay.
book.
You can see the interest in Mikey's
So
brow.
that's a good one. I cried a lot in that one.
Fuck you, dude. I'm highly interested in reverse harem Vietnamese.
I know she stopped
That was
talking
in the
about that a
book
minute ago.
Credence.
So that's great. So she does these book club now, but she got my wife reading this
I did
filth.
not, no, I did not get her
Trying to
reading this.
deprogram her.
That is not me. That is not my book club.
Matthew,
I
just
did not
picture-
get her reading
I
that. She
picture-
got me reading the last book. It's not that way.
So I don't think y'all are good to be hanging out. Y'all are both bad influences on each other. Both. Oh.
Did not name names.
All the wives and friends, they're bad influences on each other.
Like oil and water, man. They can't. They shouldn't be together.
Yes, they're not friends because they would literally all be dead from the corrupt, weird things they'd be doing.
Agree. Strongly agree.
Got it so well.
What corrupt weird things would we be doing?
That
You talking about her and Stephanie?
just women.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh fuck, man.
That's where letting the human imagination do its job.
Oh,
What the heck
shit.
is a corrupt
That's
weird
hilarious,
thing?
man. Well, I mean, we going all around. You were talking about harems and stuff. and
Reverse.
You talking about
It's like
harems?
reverse
Hey,
cowgirls,
look, I
but
don't care
reverse
if it's a
harem.
forward harem, a play action. I don't care if it's a play action harem.
Stop motion. It's good.
Stop motion hot
harem.
route.
Joyce harem.
Yes.
Oh man.
Let's get back on track. Let's get
on track.
We're having too much fun.
On track.
We're having too much fun.
Shit. I've been wheels off this whole time, dude. Oh man, I don't know what on track would be. I had another question. I really did. I had something cocked up and loaded and ready, but then I spit my beer out. And that just like, dude,
a corrupt, weird feeling.
I don't know why that
invaded
even. I
this
don't even know
environment.
why that made me laugh that hard.
Dude, I'm so happy it did because I was reaching at the end there, and I found those two words and put them together. And
oh my gosh!
It incited such.
So, what's your
laughter.
next question?
So, what do you think? Okay, so you don't like. You think what do you think could make Dallas better? You think Dallas is kind of whack now, and I'm not arguing it because I can see, I can potentially see your whackness.
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
But what would you, you know, because you came from the old days of Dallas.
Just complain about traffic.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Well, part of the problem is the roads.
They're
crappy. The potholes
awful.
are horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They're shitty.
And yes, the traffic is bad. That is true. It is bad.
The
But
city of Dallas,
a lot of big cities are like that.
Yeah. I
So,
will say they have a tendency to
a big
fix.
city person anymore.
Aside from the potholes and the traffic, what else?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mexicans.
Do
Christina?
you feel like there's been a change like when you go around the city? You feel like there's like something that maybe used to be there, like an unspeakable thing, untangible
You mean a
thing?
warrior spirit?
No.
Where I was saying something to where it's like
No,
now to
things
where it's like it just
change
doesn't
that-
feel the same. Like I'm just curious. Again, I'm curious.
Oh, Stephanie voicing how she feels.
I do. That's why I'm at your house for
No,
3
okay,
weeks.
I can tell you what it is, and whether you've realized it or not,
Okay,
you're
go
just
ahead.
not a big city person
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm not. I guess
You
I
just
like
like
being home,
you
and
like
I like the small town. Like
Yeah.
I can get to anywhere in my
She
town.
likes a good
20 minutes.
population, not total rural
That's fair.
country, but small to where there's not traffic.
You
and
want
it's,
people around to say hello to, let you know you're
Yeah,
still
you want
still exist.
everyone
you're
to have
there.
the same dealer, and it be your grandma. You know?
Yeah, exactly. God, and grandma's.
Grandma goes to hospice, then
Yeah, the whole town dry, man. Whole
It's
town
all right.
dried up.
So we got old people in the backlog. So yeah, you're just not a big city person anymore. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
and I guess it is. It's just grown so much too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's
cities
just
grow.
the nature
That's
of
just how it
things,
is.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop that.
I know we
Yeah,
tried.
so it's one of those things that more or
COVID
less because I
didn't go over
feel
as well
I
as
feel
it's supposed
myself like I still love the cities. I love it so much.
dude,
like
me too. Thank
I
you.
literally
Dallas
like
love.
Yeah, I've loved the city my whole life. I don't think I'll ever stop loving the city, but I do feel like, and it's just a thing with age, and I feel like it's with everybody. You get a little older, and it's almost one of those things where it's like, it's almost like a friend calling you up and being like late at night on like, a fucking Saturday, being like, hey, come out, and you're like, dude, it's fucking, late as fuck. I'm not going out. So it's like one of those things where you've been there, done that. You've gone out last minute and stayed out till 4 a.m. or 5 a.m, ate Waffle House, and all that shit. But it's like, now you get a little older and it's like, man, I don't know, I've kind of been there, done that. And it's like, there's all of the appeal of the city is just kind of, I feel it for me kind of fades away in somewhat of a sense, but
With the architecture,
I still love
the
city.
architecture dies a lot of it.
Yes.
Like
That's,
Dan's,
dude,
the structures, old structures, as much as I'm all about improving things, I just can't deny the fact that
You're not wrong.
The
That's
nostalgia
big. That's
of
big.
places and the history that they have and the stories that it brings, like Dan's, was that old little
Cafe.
hole in the wall cafe that I remember you go to high school. People go there all night and have coffee. Like they didn't have bar, but people go there late night coffee, like
That's
parties
awesome.
or whatever. And it was like, that was like a heart of Lakewood. Like Dan's was magic. I gotta find stuff. Yeah, and just that places like that, and those little places still exist here and there. But honestly, just with a lot of the architecture and structure and progress, you can tear things down. But I feel like those get torn down, and then the memories and everything else kind of go with them. And then
There's a whole
and
thing-
then everything loses its heart and soul.
There's
you know?
something untangible about it that it's like, you're right about that, because and one thing to be quick about it, because I could go off more. There was at Milo's one time, I was sitting there with my dad and we were watching a football game, and there was this guy sitting next to us, and he was like, he overheard my dad saying something about the game, and he leaned over and interjected. And him and my dad started talking, and we were watching like two different games. He was watching an LSU game or something, or we were both rooting for LSU in the game, like beating Alabama or some shit. I don't know.
No, go into more on that.
So the guy like starts saying something, and I end up asking him, I was like, so you from Dallas? He was like, well, I used to live here a long time. I live in Louisiana. But he was talking about, he's like, I always come back to Milo's. I was like, really? And he was like, man, he was like, I come to Milo's, continuously. He was like, I just, every time I'm in town, I come back here. And I was like, well, really? I was like, why is that? And he was like, I don't know, man. He's like, there's just a lot of like, it's like there's old spirits here or something. He's like, there's something that feels good about the place. And he was talking about how, like, again, he was from Louisiana, like our boy Jeff, and he was saying that kind of the thing is that it's more of a regular thing where they're like used to the whole spiritual side or paranormal things, or where it's like they feel like he said about the vibe of a place or something, where that's more something in their culture. And he was just trying to say that like Milo's kind of had this vibe where it's like you just walk in and felt like,
and it makes sense.
I don't want to leave. This is a cool place.
Because if you know that place has been a bar of some kind for 75 years, you know that there have been thousands of nights that people have had a good time bonding there, doing things. There might have been either way, like
the energy
kind of like, let's go where Jesus walked. Like we know here that people were doing this exact same thing 50 years ago. And if you want to talk about whatever remnants of emotional energy, or who knows what you could come up with.
That's a whole rabbit hole.
Right.
Yeah.
But
that's why I said I could go further, but yeah.
It's cool though.
So no, that's a good point. You were saying Dan?
Dan's was the name of the place.
What is it, a coffee shop?
It was like a little cafe.
It's right next to the 7-Eleven.
Dan's Cafe.
By Ponchos?
No.
Or El Chico? El Chico.
Across from where Whole
El
Foods
Chico
would be.
used to be in Lakewood.
So like if I'm going down like, what is it, Skillman?
Right across from Whole Foods.
And it's on the right, like past that 7-Eleven?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember that library. I always loved that library with the big balls out there, but right there on...
It's down the street.
Yeah. On Gadsden, or was that Lakewood still? Or is that Gaston?
It's Gaston.
Was
Abrams?
The library?
Gaston. I said Gadsden.
Yeah, you said
Gaston. Yeah. I do that a lot. I say words wrong.
Whenever, like, pronounces it weird.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. No, it's like Siri too. I'll have like Serial. There's somebody's name it says, and I'm like, that's not how you say their fucking name at all.
You correct everyone every chance you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you
but
do with me.
Tactfully and with love.
Like you do with me. So Dan's was the spot back in the day. You're trying to pull up a place or like a picture
I'm just
of it.
trying to find a good picture of it. But keep going.
What other spots were there? Like local? What were the cool Dallas spots back in the day? Maybe like Dan's.
That was Dan's, right?
Yeah, that was Dan's.
Yeah, where the fucking Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
I remember
it was right next to the cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
What was the?
Like 7-Eleven, the cleaners, and then Dan's was right there. Yeah.
What was it? Win Dixie.
What?
What was the place right there in
Vineyards?
the fucking no? Oh, okay. What was the place that we used to go eat at all the time in Lakewood, right over there, like that?
Wyatt's?
El Chico?
The El Chico was right.
No.
Was it a
It was an El
cafeteria?
Chico that used
It
to
was
be there.
Wyatt's cafeteria.
No,
El Chico's the place we
no.
go to on Wednesday nights.
There
at the
was
Enchilada
some like
Special.
it was some 2-story place,
Mm.
and it
Oh.
had like a checkered floor.
You
I think it was their
talking about the
second
Irish
location.
pub?
No, it was a restaurant. Wasn't it the place where some dude thought dad was
Dixie House.
the Dixie House. Yes, that's why I said Win Dixie.
Yeah.
Dixie House.
Dixie was great. My dad
That's
was
what I'm
regular
saying.
there.
That place, I remember going there in El Chico. It was like one of those two spots we were going at on Sunday.
Yeah, Dixie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dixie House.
Dixie House. They would go to like
Yep.
Ponchos.
Oh, I love
El
Ponchos.
Chico. It was
El
El
Chico.
Chico.
El Chico was Wednesdays though, because it was
No, Chico, yeah, then, yeah.
before church.
They had the Wenzel, that special. Yeah.
Now, I guess for kids getting out of church or whatever, it's like they're going to Chewy's or something, perhaps.
I don't know.
Perhaps they are.
You know? Perhaps that would be the
Sleep
place.
perchance to dream.
Oh, damn. I was trying to get a photo of the pug real quick, but I can't. Because my phone's dead.
All right, so now we know how Dallas sucks in Christina's eyes.
Well,
No, it's just
Yeah.
I'm older now that I'm older. I'm just realized I want to,
you have different like values and different
But
she
also,
wants to have
Garrett got
another
a
kid.
job.
Preferences.
Garrett got a job with the DoD, so he got a job out at White Sands, and that's where we moved.
Yeah, well, and two, it's one of those things where it's like, again, you've been other places, and obviously it's like the place you're at, you're happy, and it's like you don't really, you don't have any other. It's like I get not liking a big city. If you're already in a place you've liked, and it's like you've experienced these other places and found happiness there, and it's like
we lived here for a year, and his schedule was just weird, and it wasn't conducive to what we wanted. So,
daily quality of life.
And two, I feel like Dallas has turned into somewhat of like a city where it's like there's a lot of transplants here now, and so it's
they're
not
all over
quite
the country now.
Oh, absolutely, but I'm saying that it's like it's taking a while for these people, for some of the people that are new here to like almost like it's like a lot of people treat Texas and a lot of people treat Dallas. A lot of people treat Dallas as like they don't know if they're staying or leaving, so they don't really get attached or like feel like they don't get. It's like I'm not going to be here long. They just drive everything around them. Milo's and all these other places or buildings they drive past. They're not their city to them. It has no emotional connection. And so it's just like, I feel like a lot of places when you go out spots, that's kind of the shit you run into is people that are like some dickhead that's there on, work and he's out there drinking and trying to, he's bumping into you, cutting up in front of the bar or whatever. It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like the dynamic of the city is changing so much. Like I remember when I was delivering liquor with Specs at clubs, like people were talking about how I can't say how many people I heard say that like, oh yeah, they're calling Dallas like little LA or like it's like the next LA or like the southern LA, and I'm like, get the fuck out. The what?
Wow.
Like I do not want that shit.
Some idiots are saying that.
Well, no, but I mean, you're not wrong. I don't disagree, but that's like saying, if that's what people are thinking, like I'm just saying that
financially, it's made a lot of sense for a lot of companies to move the headquarters here for all sorts of financial reasons. And so a lot of
we don't have state income tax.
Yeah, obviously, and just even the central location of it, if they have like a distribution that goes nationwide, it's a central state. So there's all kinds of factors that make it make sense. So we got all these people, but then like you're saying, a lot of these corporate jobs, people get for a couple of years and they try and move
here
on
for
and
2 years and I'm somewhere else.
And even where I used to work, Essilor Exotica, it was a French-owned company. So like almost everyone I worked with was French, but they were just there for like a few years,
Yeah.
Was that?
That's where you learn to pronounce those fucking director names.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I should have.
No,
asked.
yeah, but again, it's like I don't see any of that as a negative. I'm just saying that's kind of with all those corporations that have moved into the city, and with all of that like high turnover of residency, because it's like in the neighborhood we live in, there's so many people that come in and out that like you'll see them own a home in this neighborhood for like a year, 2 years, boom, gone. And it's like,
oh wow,
it's so fast. It's like, and these houses are like 800,000.
We need more Al Rays.
Like that dude, honestly,
the world needs. Every neighborhood needs itself a good Al Ray.
I would be 100% okay with that. I met that dude the other day, and what a fucking guy. That's a stand-up guy.
An Al Ray is an Al Ray, and he's a good to have. He's an ideal neighbor.
No, yeah, that's a good.
He's somebody who knows everyone. He's harmless and connects everybody in a unique way, and he might cut your yard for free.
So yeah, so we've covered all the Dallas stuff and where you're from and all this and like where. So you're gonna be heading back home soon?
Yeah.
When you go back?
Sunday.
Wait,
Chris said thank God. Chris said thank God.
Yeah, right after this.
Next Sunday. So you'll be here
another week.
And you're taking that boy with you?
Yes,
that boy that's been living with us?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Interesting experiment.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
We've come around a little communist.
I love that guy.
I love him too.
I love that kid. I never felt like
he's a cool dude.
He feels like I've never had a little brother, but he's probably the closest thing I ever had.
Because you were
the
little brother, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably the closest thing I ever had. He's a nice little kid. He's a nice guy. I like him.
Me too. You know,
I love that young man. I'm gonna miss him.
And I'm saying, like, whenever you have nephews that are like so much younger than you, but they're finally adults and can like have unique thoughts.
Yeah.
I can show them things I think are cool that nobody else likes, and convince them to like it.
Yeah.
Like I got Caleb to watch Upstream Color. Who would? I'm telling you.
Who's gonna really watch that?
And I watch it and explain my perspective to him, And he's like, oh yeah, or the other night, Coherence. I stayed up with him last night and watched that movie because he actually was interested in it. And I'm like, there's only few people in the world that I can do that sort of thing. Like, I get my friends to watch some they would never watch, or I can get a nephew too.
Caleb's an interesting guy. I mean, I'm gonna miss him. Are you looking forward to having your boy back?
Yes.
You looking forward to him? I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool guy. I don't know. I mean,
wait, so you are looking forward
happy.
to being a mother to a son again, like the daily grind of it?
The daily grind. What is he? A fucking?
Yeah.
He's a grown boy. He can do his
he?
own laundry and he'll
Really?
help around the house. Yeah.
He said, "Is he?"
No, it's cool. I love him. I'll ask him.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's cool. People can have dirty clothes all they want. I don't care. This is all news to me. No, I don't care. I love him.
Christina's like, he cooks.
No, anytime I love.
Stephanie's like, he does what?
I cried.
He did, and I told
over
you this.
being put in a situation.
He's leaving.
No, it's okay.
Like that's how bad I felt.
Don't feel bad.
I don't name or past it. But I'm just letting you know to be in a position to
I know.
I have to kick you out.
I know.
Not many
We're his
things make me
parents,
cry.
So it's okay. He has a place to go, so that's the good
Exactly. What mama? Back with Mama Bear.
Yes.
No, he's a. I love the dude, and you know, can I adopt him?
I mean,
I got $30.
You think there's gonna be a return on this investment?
Come on, is there? Oh, dude, you know how many yards I got? I can't put him to work, man. No, I'm kidding. No, I wouldn't do that, dude. I'd make him run our Instagram. I'd make him make TikToks for us. He knows about all that shit.
He knows about it. Have you
he's
seen
full
him
of
make
fucking
one?
ideas.
He does have some good ideas.
He's full of ideas.
I promote. Dude,
you know what he's also full of?
Shit.
He's good content and he's funny because almost half the funny shit I see, over half the funny shit I see on Instagram, I look at the bottom and it says liked by Caleb.
No, he's a good filter for a lot of the BS out there.
Yeah, anytime I see a frog, anything with a frog, I send it to him.
Yeah, he loves
I'm
frogs.
pushing him to make a
And
channel.
you know what I find to be crazy? And this is something we were talking about, synchronicity. 3 identical strangers. Motherfuckers named Caleb are fucking weird.
Wait, so where's the third one?
I don't know, but I know 2 of them. And I know 2 of them that have the same characteristics.
Yeah.
They both fucking love frogs.
So that makes them
Almost
weird.
Your brother loves frogs?
Listen, time out. Flag on the play. Time out. So as I said, almost all the funny shit I see on Instagram is because of Caleb, little Caleb, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it'll say little Caleb liked it and Law it's Caleb. These motherfuckers are liking the same shit. They both love frogs. The humor, little Caleb will come tell me shit. The humor he had when Big Caleb comes over and talks to him.
When's your brother's birthday?
And they start talking about LeBron James. They're both fucking edgelords.
I'm just
They're
trying to figure
both
out
edgelords.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what I'm saying, man. We got to study the name Caleb.
Dude, there's
And the world needs more of them. If you're thinking, if you're watching this and you're like, I need a son, what do I want to name him? I want him to be kind of weird, off the wall. You don't know what he's going to fucking do next. Caleb. Caleb. Name him
Want a
Caleb.
bit of a wild card?
You want a wild card? Caleb. You know? You want somebody
go.
who's going to argue with you? Matthew.
Oh, Caleb will argue with him.
Yeah. No, Caleb will argue with him. If you
That's fine.
challenge his
You know she
values.
has a daughter too.
Yeah, she does have a daughter. You know, she looks like Dakota Fanning.
What?
I'm not saying you have a third kid. Like I have a niece,
Yeah.
and she,
Olivia.
I kind of won't be surprised.
Is she
if
the one
she's
you like the most?
Successful out of all of us.
Is she the one that you like the most?
I like all my kids.
I mean,
My
it's
mom,
her-
my mom likes
it's
me.
her only daughter. It's her only daughter.
My
whatever
mom
that's
likes my mom likes our brother Caleb the most.
all
She
of
loves
my
Caleb the
children
most.
are in the running for favorite child.
worth. Yeah, but no, but it's her one
It changes
daughter.
daily.
But I mean, like, who is it? No, I'm kidding. No, yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
fucking around. I always tell my mom that I was an accident because I did the math one day. As soon as I
Yeah.
figured out how to count, I was like,
You're like, well, you didn't want to have any more kids.
hold on. I was like, hold
You
on.
didn't want any more children.
Caleb, and then I'm like, Rachel, and then I'm like, 9. Okay.
There's way many more years.
This is a
between
gap.
us.
This is a gap.
These are
They had
twins.
these guys were kind of close. It was like you had 1, and then bam 2, and then bam 3, and then it was like You didn't put out nobody heard. You didn't put out no content for a little while. You didn't have you weren't putting out no movies, nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody heard from you. No paparazzi saw you, and then all of a sudden, child.
It's like,
and I'm like, Mom, it's cool. It's cool. And then for years I would always be like, Mom,
did
I know
she
I'm an
ever
accident.
open up to it?
I'd be like, I know I'm an accident, Mom. I know it's cool. She'd be like, you are not an accident. She would always say that. And then finally she was just like, you were a surprise. And I was like, and I was just like, gotcha. I fucking gotcha. And I told her, I was like, I don't care. I'm here now.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to fucking do? You can't, I'm here. You can't take me back.
You can tell me that you tried to board me. I don't care. I'm here now.
Yeah, I know. And I'd always tell her, I'm like, Caleb's your favorite. I know. It's Caleb.
Why do you think it's him?
I don't know.
There's something.
Who doesn't like? Look at the guy.
Obviously
He's a
not
great
gonna
guy.
be Chris,
Caleb's are infectious. Look, I was just telling you this. Caleb,
and
love
Rachel,
this little guy.
I guess another girl.
Caleb is. I'm just telling you something about the name Caleb. I love him. He's my favorite. I love the guy.
He's pretty easy, low key, chill.
Yeah. If y'all have a boy,
It's
name him
easy to
Caleb
leave
Jr.
somewhere with
Jr.
him. It's easy to
Name him
leave with
Caleb Jr. Jr.
Caleb Jr. Jr.
Matthew Michael Christopher Pitts. That's if you have a boy. Caleb Jr. Jr. Michael. No, absolutely not. You can name yourself whatever you like.
In as many names as you
Yes, you could really make it hard on this
people
kid.
having more fun with that?
You could really make it hard on the kid.
But I'm talking like 30 names.
She's right.
No, like for real, like it's a thing.
You were a teacher, right?
Wasn't there like a woman, like somebody that went on, I don't know if it was a Dr. or something, where like she named her child like an excessively long name that didn't even make any
And I'm not talking about gibberish. I'm just talking about like 20 names.
Yeah, like a name. Yeah.
Like a Matthew, Stephen,
Anthony,
Patrick,
Christopher, Michael,
William,
Johnson,
Sarah, Jeffrey. Like give him like 3 girl names in the mix.
Dude, you can. Like,
and then dog.
Dog meat.
Non-binary humanoid.
There we go.
That's like people that would change their name to like on Xbox. So hang on, think about it like this. Like on Xbox, people would make their name back in the day when everybody had the Kinect that came with the Xbox.
Yeah.
They would make their name, their gamer tag would be Xbox turn off. And so they would be in the party. They'd be in the party of the game being toxic, and they'd be like, fuck you, Xbox turn off, and the Xbox would shut down.
It's like, haha, gotcha.
So it's like, what could you
It was a funny time.
Think about names you could do in real life, They could maybe be confusing to people.
I would name, if I accidentally like had a third son, I would want to name them People Machine.
I think that's a fine name,
dude. I'm telling you, I still want to get. I am going
because at the end of the day, they're gonna name people are gonna nickname. They're gonna call them Machine.
No, people. At least
Or
as
people.
far as online, like my online
Or
gaming,
peep.
my gamer tag is People Machine.
They're gonna call him
people. Call me People, like for short. Bag. Hey, is People in the party? Or it's like where's People at?
They're gonna call him Peep.
Once you're hanging out with them, it's a nickname. But if you're listening to it, you just hear him being like, "Wait, what? Like, where's People at?" It's like, no, People was just here.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you get it.
But People Machine.
People what?
I'm just telling you, man.
There's people everywhere.
My
He'd
gamer
be like,
tag,
huh?
dude. I'm gonna die with that thing.
There's people over there.
Yeah, exactly. Where? He'd be like, where?
No,
That poor
over
guy.
there. People left.
People need to chill out. He'd be like,
Who's on first? People's on second.
I'm not doing fucking anything.
I don't know who's on third.
He'd be like, people, calm down. He'd be like, I'm fucking chill, man.
Yep.
Why did you name me Bill or
Gamer
George? Any
tags,
damn name
buddy.
but people.
Game. So, Christina, are you having fun? Is there anything you wanted to talk about or bring up? On,
Yeah,
you have a platform here.
You say anything you want.
This is the time. This might be the last time we see each other.
Oh no!
What?
God.
I hope not.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
It might be the last.
He
time
said
we
this
see
might
each
be
other.
the last time we see each
So,
other.
what do you want to go off your
Why
chest?
would this be the last time?
I don't want it to be. I hope it's not. But anything's possible.
So morbid. I thought I was bad.
Yeah, but I told you about the movies he watches with these guys with the names that's hard to pronounce.
That's not morbid though. That's just weird.
You know?
No, it's just accepting all the ways that existence reality could go. I'm probably going to see you many more years than I'd like to, but that beside the point.
Okay, he's been let's full disclosure. We've been working on a wormhole portal machine, so that's what he means by like he might not see you again. So if things are successful,
he won't see me.
There's a lot of power constraints we're running.
Matthew
into.
and the pug.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
okay, my wife's got something here. What?
What's your new collective that you like to bring home?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Great question.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Stephanie.
So I love
writing down
antiques, right?
Oh gosh.
Antiquities?
Antiques.
Antiquing.
I love.
Have you seen Jackass?
I fucking love. You say antiques?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I love them. I'm
Okay.
all for it.
So have you heard of antique hair art?
Hair?
Hair art.
Art? No, but
antique hair art.
I'm not. It doesn't
Victorian
surprise
hair
me.
art.
Because I've known. Yeah.
It's
keep going.
funny. He's actually told me stories about. He was like the little one, and so he got drugged to antique stores doing the kind of shopping
that's
y'all do
Olivia.
all the
Like
time.
Olivia.
But
That's
he's
Olivia.
a little boy that was drugged doing it.
Yeah, it's common.
I went
So he can
to
relate. He
like
likes it.
Gladewater, fucking Mineola, Canton, all over.
Olivia
East
knows all the
Texas.
shops in
I've
Waxahachie.
gone
She
all
knows
over East
Granbury.
Yeah, so
She
I'm
knows
saying like
Ardmore,
you're talking
Oklahoma,
to somebody
Kenton.
who's got a lot of experience in it. So what's the hair thing?
Sherman. So Victorian hair art is people who have passed away, usually, and their hair is made into art.
Oh, so they cut their
like
hair
a
off and make a
sculpture,
wig?
or like more or less like in a frame.
In a frame.
In a frame. Look it up.
And
Pull
you can
that up,
do-
Matthew.
You can do necklaces. You can do brooches.
How about
all that kind of stuff?
That sounds
No,
like
not skin.
How about ears
to me?
and noses?
No ears and noses.
To me,
So Victorian mourning
So they're
hair
not
art.
trophies.
Victorian mourning.
Yeah, mourning. M-O-U. Like that. They're like hair wreaths.
So that's is what I was thinking.
So I collect this stuff.
You've gotten you
I've
have
got,
a
yeah.
hair.
I've got 2 pieces.
Who told you
Whoa.
this exists?
Time out.
Who told you this
I
exists?
saw it in a museum in Sherman when we were antiquing with my mother and my grandmother and Olivia. I saw one in a museum and I fell in love with them and I decided to start collecting them. So I found one in Enid, Oklahoma in a Salvation Army and I got it and it's actually 2 people's hair, a mother and a daughter. And then
so you're gonna try and clone them whenever technology exists to do
well,
that.
I don't know.
Then you
And
could own them.
Recently, this last week, I found
Clone to
a necklace. I found a necklace of somebody.
What,
I bought
does
it.
it have like their name?
So hold on, no, but that one. Hang on, no. Go. This makes sense though, because look at this one.
Dude,
look
no,
at that
I
one.
think it's kind of cool, but it's
No.
kind of like having a drop of
So
blood.
have you experienced anything when you brought one of these home? Did you
Like ghosts or
did
something?
did like a
it-
picture get knocked off the wall?
Olivia
or-
says our house is haunted, and so does Garrett. And Garrett says he doesn't want more dead people's stuff in our house.
Yeah, so what did you want me to look at, Mikey?
Because she recently found this necklace.
Yeah, what do you...
And I
she's
bought it.
also- And she's also planning on getting this other big framed one that
Yeah.
she also really
So you just keeping this
I mean,
secret
so
from
you're gonna
Garrett?
get more of it.
No, he knows I bought the necklace.
I mean, honestly, you know what I say? I say keep
A natural
keep,
thing.
Keep the passion alive.
Huh?
Keep it going. I say keep
Yeah,
it going.
it's really neat.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's
buy it.
natural
If you've already got,
progression.
if you have, say 3 dead people's hairs in your house, why not have 33? Fucking keep
Thank
going.
you.
You know, it's like if you've already got 1 or 2, 3
And
ghosts
it's really
walking around, it's like a
beautiful if
pug.
you look at 'em.
You get
Maybe
another
if you
one.
have the picture of the person?
No,
don't
what I
know.
was gonna say, the one. Go back
Yeah,
up.
which one do you want me to click on?
This one.
That looks like a rug.
No, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Look at it. To understand how they actually did that. There's how many different colors are going on there. You have how many different gradients of like a brown. That's really fucking hard. What
Yeah,
they just
they've
did
done
right
that.
there.
It's very difficult
That's
to do.
actually, and so if you really think about it, this is like again you said this is Victorian era.
Yeah.
So these people probably had like no fucking material that they were to the point where they're like, we're gonna do it with
Their
hair.
fingers, yeah.
We're
They're
gonna
doing-
make.
it's
We're
all
gonna
hair.
fucking make art out of hair.
They
That's
have a
kind of cool.
loom.
No.
A what?
I don't. It depends on.
These people are going to barber shops. Like, can I get your hair?
You think that's how they got this hair?
I don't know. I mean,
this
shit.
hair's got to be sturdy. They have to have some healthy heads of hair.
I'm not sure exactly where.
So
how
wait
they-
a minute. Would
So there's
is
people
there
who do it
differences
now.
like poverty hair and like rich hair?
I don't know. I know, like
Okay.
the
Yeah, well, the
queens
gold
and people
hair-
used to do it, and you can wear it around bracelets and all that kind of stuff. There's
Damn, look
people
at
who
that.
do it now. That lady right there.
See, this is pretty.
To the
She
left.
so she's
Yeah,
making
she's
shit
doing
now.
Yeah, she's
So
doing
she's
this for a lot.
currently doing that.
Yeah.
We're sitting on a gold mine.
Oh, I'm locked up, dude. Yeah,
You just
I'm
got to figure
locked
out how to do
up.
this. You made moccasins. You could make hair skins.
I have. I could make hair. I do have long hair. Chris,
Seriously,
too.
guys. They got locks for
It's a
love.
European
No,
tradition.
locks for the love of money,
No,
bro.
keep going, though. I'm going to look at some of these. This is crazy. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks like a wave.
That shit wavy as fuck.
This is all hair. It's crazy.
That's cool. It's a
Dude.
wave.
And see, that's what I'm saying. It's wavy as hell.
But it's weird because it's some old ass hair.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day,
dude, that's kind of that's pretty.
time out. What do you think people in the future will be doing?
That would be similar to this.
Similar.
Or
That would
there
be
would
similar
be
to this.
analogous to this.
That would be similar to this. To them, like the people were taking hair and making art. What would they?
Something, some format of a digital blueprint of like a social media over a period of years that somehow may be put into a QR. I don't know. It'd be digital though.
But that's
Unless
not
we're talking
DNA.
strictly tangible.
Exactly.
No, but. I mean,
No, no.
DNA.
Neuralink.
You'd have to evolve the thought.
The Neuralink people.
Well, the neural net, right? So it'd be.
The neural nerds.
I don't know. Just something tangible to begin with. Maybe just save some fingernails. I don't know.
Hmm.
We should start saving our fingernails.
A fingernail necklace. That'll be dope.
Actually.
What do you think of the internet nowadays?
I think the internet's crazy now.
You do? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kids. Like, do you feel
What
like
do
your
you think
kids?
of the
Do you
internet
feel like your kids
nowadays?
are safe on the internet?
No.
You know?
No, Olivia, we have a app on her phone where
Is
I can
this-
monitor everything.
That's
Are
fucking good.
Are we reenacting being in the year
That's good.
2000 or
So,
something? What is
no, he's asking about the internet.
It's
so
a
we
generic
have,
ass question.
But I mean, we're talking.
I'm sorry.
So we have like an actual app that I can track, and it tells me everywhere she goes and what she does. So yeah, and we have conversations, and I go through her phone even, and I look at everything, and I know who she's texting, what she's texting.
So you check her no matter what.
Yeah.
So you don't trust her then.
No, I do,
No, she
but
does,
I'm
I
just
guess.
making
At what
sure.
point do you
so
feel like you don't
she's
need to do
14, and I trust her, but I don't always trust people sending her stuff.
Yeah. I agree
So
with that.
even though she may not be sending stuff, there could be people sending her bad
Sending
stuff
her
that
shit.
might she
And if
might
you
be
open it-
and she might be scared to tell us,
Yeah.
or she.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
no,
No,
right, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, no, because it's
So-
not like
I'm
just a
gonna
controlling
raise
mom
her
thing.
in
It's
a
like,
cave, you
again,
kidding
it's protection. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
It's like, do you feel like the internet's kind of safe?
Yeah,
in
like
that
she doesn't
aspect?
have
No, it's-
Snapchat. She has
Good.
Instagram.
Yeah, that shit's
and
stupid anyways.
She doesn't have TikTok.
Yeah,
Nothing
Snapchat
like
and all
that.
that's stupid anyhow.
But she
Instagram's
has-
cool because it was just used to be about pictures.
Yeah, she doesn't have Facebook. She has Kids
Yeah.
Messenger.
It's best to just have life. I remember when I was
Yeah,
a kid, I had the
that's right.
Life app installed.
And it's funny because she likes to when she gets on her computer to play video games with her friends, she likes to sit out in the dining
just
room
like
where we
living.
are. She
So-
doesn't want to
so
sit
still
in
be
her
around
room.
y'all?
She still wants to be around us whenever she's on the computer because
That's
she wants
cool.
to be around the family.
That's cool that she likes being around you guys.
Yeah.
A lot
So-
of kids like your boys, just like, I'm going to go in my room, which is fine, but it's cool that you raise a daughter that she just being close to you guys
Yeah, she
matters
likes
to
to
her.
be with the family. And
Which is really
That's
cool.
dope.
I look forward. I
yeah,
look
she has her
forward to
little
that.
routine since we homeschool. She gets up in the morning, she watches her Cops, and
She's,
eats
dude,
her.
she loves Cops,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Like the old cop,
Dude.
old like,
Dude, she's
Yeah, she's-
dude.
she's
I
over
can
here
I can
immediately,
relate to
can I
that
watch
kid,
Cops?
dude. I
Criminal
can.
Minds.
She wants to be an
Yeah.
actress or a profiler.
Yeah, she
Dude.
wants to
She's
do-
interesting, dude.
What kind of profiler?
A racial.
Yeah, see, that's
No.
I literally.
No, serial like a BAU.
I literally
like,
made that type of joke earlier because he said a profiler, and I looked at him and I was like, "What kind of pro?" And he was like, looked at me. That's synchronicity.
No, but she knows almost all the episodes of the old Cops. Like if there's a
That's
rerun,
awesome.
she's like, "Oh,
I've
he's
seen
gonna
that.
run, and they're gonna get him."
You
and
ask her why. I'm
I
like,
don't know why
do you
he.
like it?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's like she's studying the behavior of the criminals.
That's fucking
Isn't that cool?
awesome, dude.
It's like a 14, 15-year-old kid.
That's
She's watching
awesome.
it with that mindset.
Yeah, no, I used to do the same thing, but I was like, how do they get the copper out of the AC unit?
Yes.
That's what I was like.
You're trying to, because you're trying to learn.
I kept seeing. Yeah, I kept seeing dude. Exactly, I kept seeing them catching guys that were in the process of Sawzall it, but like, where were the dudes? Yeah, how were you actually stealing the copper and aluminum from AC units?
So this is what you did at that age, and
Yeah.
she's studying how to.
She's like, how do you catch them? And I'm like, how are they doing it?
How do I do what they're doing?
How
but
are
not
they
get
doing
caught?
it? Because you can get a lot of money for aluminum. Y'all looked at what aluminum's going for nowadays? And copper?
I check about every
Get a
3
lot
minutes.
of money, man. They're building new houses all over the place. You can just strip all the wire out of them. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
We're like the
God.
20-year-old joke.
It's
but
a
good.
joke. Yo, but I mean, it's happening. It happens all the time.
I don't want. I ignore it. Therefore, it's not real.
Yeah, people were like, yeah, they were going around like stealing shit like that. Like,
Oh my
and I don't think
goodness.
they realized they knew. I don't think they knew like the shit they can actually get. It's like it's crazy. The advancement in drugs gets to a point where the criminal becomes like, it's like they forget that it's like, nah, this ain't. Back in the day, the meth was hitting to a point where they knew where they could go get, scrap metal. Now the meth hits to such a point where they're like stripping plastic garbage cans. And it's like, dude, there's nothing fucking there, man. Dude, it's just plastic.
But they don't know.
Yeah, it's like they just don't know. They're just out there destroying up. They tear up a rubber ball.
Yeah, like
You
the
know?
knowledge isn't being passed on from
No.
the crackheads.
The crack-
to
the
next
crack-
A
to the next
crackhead's always going to act like a crackhead.
Yeah.
That's the problem at the
No.
end of the day.
Yeah. Back in the day, a dope head actually. Yeah, and they were proper, and they could also get your car running in a pinch if you needed a hand. They were
Yeah.
probably former mechanics
And clean it at the same time.
and clean it. She's not wrong about that. You
They'll
know what
clean
I
your
mean?
windows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back
they
in the
will.
day, they used to stand there and ask for like clean your windows for money. Now it's just like, give me money.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with you not putting your whatever the fuck you're spraying on the
Right,
window.
WD-40.
Oh yeah,
It's WD-40.
WD-40. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. The guy got me
man.
set up, and I just did it because I wanted to help him. It's like, dude, you're not selling me, but basically, yeah, I'll pay you to do that. But yeah,
Matt was like, but you're not selling me. He's like, I'm
gonna
not
do it
sold.
myself.
He's like, I'm
gonna
gonna
pay
give
you to watch
He's
me
like,
do
I'm gonna
this."
give you. He's like, I'm gonna give you money, but not because I feel bad. He was like, but just because I feel bad for you.
Doing a shitty
Not-
job. This is how you do it. I'm gonna put you out of work, buddy. You're gonna wish you never pitched me. I call your boss to see him sleeping under the bridge over there. Yeah.
At the end, he's like, hey man, here's your money back, man. Damn, dude, what the fuck?
I'm like, yeah, this is my block now.
Damn, dude, took
This is
your
my
block
station.
over.
This is my station. I
Speaking
won't-
of that stuff about the block, I saw something the other day where you seen those people that hold up the signs where they're like, they say something about some
little
kid,
yeah.
that's struggling or dying or something, right?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
I saw a video where some lady was walking with one of those, and this old ass lady, this like white lady, was walking in front of her holding the sign, and it was like, "Don't fall for her scam. There's no kid." There's something like walking in front of her.
That was right here.
Was
Dude,
it?
That was
It's
right
funny.
here. If you were coming off of Ferguson.
You saw it.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
the video. That's like if you were turning left under the bridge, like
Coming this way.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Holy shit.
That was right there.
Yeah, because the lady's walking with like a bucket and a sign,
It's
and
funny
it's like
because
about like
you
a
see
kid.
those posters that are paragraphs
Yes,
so long. You're
yes.
like, I see a little kid, and I assume it's something's wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you actually, it's funny because I see those. I'm like, so is the kid dying? Or is this money gonna help find him? What's this
Or a
doing?
funeral. You'll see him holding a sign that says funeral, and then it's like, yeah, okay.
We just need to get you like a firefighter rubber boot and walk around between cars. You get money.
And just be like, they'd be like, what are you doing out here? Just if you want
I'd
to
be
help
like,
me, cool.
I'm just trying to make
I'll
money.
just be like, I don't want to work anymore.
It's like, I had a great job. I hated having to do it.
I'm just tired of working.
You know,
So I'm gonna work the corner.
I want to do the old stuff.
I want to be among the people.
Oh, puggies. Oh, I
Yeah.
think this time for a pug break.
We can we'll take a pug break and then we'll probably pug it up.
Break.
It's not your
The
house.
fact that you're even asking why has me concerned. Christina, what do you let into your house?
You don't even want to know.
What human remains? That's what that is, isn't it?
You know what it is? It's
Technically. Yeah, but a lot of people's hair is in my house, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't I have a skin flute up on the wall? They make me hit record.
That's all. I'm over here.
No,
We're
I don't
talking
want
about
this
my
to
hair,
play.
and Matthew's saying Matthew's asking what else. I have in my house, asking if I have skin up on the wall. I
I'm
said
telling
no.
you, it's human remains.
Nah, that's a legitimate question.
No, I don't have skin up on the walls. I don't. I
what's-
do not have like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing going on here.
Well, do you?
No,
Ed
there is no
Gein.
Ed Gein
Ed
going
Gein's
on,
a
or
highly
Dahmer, or
underrated
anything
guy.
like that.
What?
Nothing.
Do you have anything against skin?
What?
A nipple belt would go so hard. No pun intended, but a nipple belt would go hard.
No.
Bye. Are you leaving?
No.
The wonderful, beautiful food provider, sister-in-law.
You're not taking that food with you, are you? All right, cool. I'm gonna have
Thank
some
you
of it.
so much, Sarah. Thank you.
That was very nice of you.
I'll bring you
Yeah.
barbecue next
Yeah,
time.
Caleb's only be here like another week, so.
Puggy, come here, girl.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Bye. Love you.
Come here, girl. Oh, what? Oh, not the right dog. No, she's on my list. It's good. No, it's okay. She's on my list. Wow. Not
Don't
the right
screw
dog.
me
You hear
over
about
on
that?
the hair mask.
Don't worry. You think I care that much?
I don't know.
I think you would do it just because.
To see if you could. To see if you could.
Funny, you
Because
say
it's
things
funny.
like that. Like, do you know who you married? I'm not gonna go out of my way to try and sabotage some weird stuff she likes. Come on.
It wouldn't be because you're trying to sabotage
But
it.
why
It'd be
else would
because
I
you
do
just
it?
want to see what your mom's reaction.
No, but I know at the cost of her new hobby, I wouldn't do that.
Does your mom know about all this? Your mom doesn't even know about this, does she?
No,
Yeah,
my
okay.
mom does.
She does.
Oh.
Know.
She does, but I'm
My
just
mom
saying.
helps me find them.
No, but I meant like she doesn't. Your mom doesn't know about this.
Oh no, she does.
No, she does. I was
she
saying
does.
what you missed was I could make some joke or like thing like. I think that might be like associated with some kind of witchcraft, and just
And Mom would
suggesting
freak
that,
out.
my mom might be like, maybe he's right, and then just totally shut it down.
He is the papa son.
And just shut it down, and then
The
get my
papa
sister to
son.
be like,
Favorite
Christina,
child.
I don't
The
think we should be
papa-
doing this hair
See,
stuff
you
anymore.
see what I'm saying?
He's
Christina?
the favorite child. He can
You
do no wrong.
See what I'm saying about the favorites?
And
That's
even
what I was
my
asking.
children even say that he's the favorite child.
They do.
It wasn't a tough competition,
Yeah, they
Christina.
do.
You didn't really put up much of a battle. You basically threw the fight.
What? What?
I'm just saying, you basically threw the fight. It's like, oh, who's gonna do better than the other? You're like, no, I'm just gonna eat shit and make it easy for you to look good.
What are we talking about?
Why I would be the favorite?
He was saying-
You
Oh.
were so bad, I just had to be barely normal. But I was actually, I was actually
made it
a
easy.
really good kid. I was literally at the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it was
but
pretty
I
bad.
could have half-assed it, and I still would have been a million times better than you.
Yeah.
It's no embellishment.
Yes.
And that's just
Yeah.
the truth.
It is the
I'm not bragging. It's just funny. So he's like, he's the favorite. It's like, well, yeah. I mean, if I acted, if you had a
You're
kid
still
act
the
like
favorite.
Come on. Hurry. No, there's no favorites now. There's no favorites.
Yeah.
There isn't.
There's none.
No, that was kind of like me with like follow. I see what you mean about following the act. Like Chris and Caleb and Rachel.
You had a whole gaggle
They
to
were
follow.
they were all fuck ups, and I was good. Like all of them were just. You want to talk about three of the biggest pieces of shit you ever met? My
Goodness.
siblings.
But yeah, you say.
But me,
Whatever,
no,
man.
but
You were
me, I
close.
was good. I was square. I was a straight shooter, square kid.
That's fun.
No, yeah, I mean,
You
I
little
didn't-
baby
yeah.
boy.
I learned from them, and I was just like, you know what? I told Chris one. I remember being a kid, and I was like, you know, they wouldn't get mad at you if you didn't do bad things.
You know my first memory of you, Mikey?
I was hugging on him from a jail cell.
Whenever y'all had the house down the street from where we live now,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
your
yeah.
little, I don't know, like 10-year-old ass just took a bath running butt ass naked around the house.
You know what's funny?
And I thought that kid's too old to be running around naked.
You know what's funny?
I swear I remember you like doing some like kick off the TV or something goofy too.
I mean, but he wasn't that old.
I was like,
Probably like.
He wasn't that old,
I was
but
like-
I still thought
I was like-
I didn't care. But I was like,
17.
okay. I'm like, all right, there he is, just having fun running naked. Good
No,
for him.
what's crazy is I do the same shit. I still
It
do
is
it.
true.
I'm 32 and I still do it.
And
So like
that
everybody
house-
knows, like whenever I get in the shower at the house, they all just like kind of dip out because they're like, Mikey's gonna come out in a minute and he's gonna be flailing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No. Yeah, good. You're good.
yeah.
But yeah, so Mikey
sorry
runs
if the
on
mic
naked
was a
still.
little too hot. We're trying to adjust the mic, and I think
No,
I'm
you're
doing okay,
perfect.
but
You're
I'm sorry.
perfect.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know I'm Mr. Perfect. I was the third kid, or the fourth kid. I had all these other.
How many of us
data.
are there now?
I had data to go. Whoa.
When's the last time you took a shit?
Caleb used to always tell me. Speaking of Caleb's,
we're getting so loud. I have a little baby sleeping.
But I think that's what's. I think the cadence. I think the. I think the cadence of the vibration of our voice.
That's true.
Has put her to bed, and as long as
I mean,
we continue
it's
to be
not
this loud,
true, but that's cool.
as long as we just stay at this level.
As long as we're louder than
She
Pick it up a bit. Doesn't feel
Let's
alone.
get fucking hook the amps up, turn them on, and let's start shredding. No,
You guys want to hear some Pantera?
you kind of made me forget what I was gonna say. And it
Cowboys
was
from
really
Hell.
some good shit. Like
It wasn't.
No, it
You
was.
would remember it if it was.
No. Okay, I was the youngest. Y'all were fuck ups.
Your sister was not like.
She was the biggest piece of shit. No, I'm kidding. No, seriously, I love my sister. She's still great. She bought me. She literally bought me like every game system that would come out. Like my birthday would come up, and she would just like fucking pamper me. Like I couldn't ask.
She
for
was
a
like
better
mama
sister.
number 2.
She seriously, I mean, yeah. She third. Debbie was number 2. She was
That's
number 3.
true.
But yeah, no, absolutely. Like no, they're all great. They're fantastic. But Chris was a real piece of shit. No, but like, no, there was God. What was I gonna say? It was great. Stephanie, if you got a question, you've been having.
Did it pertain to my sister or
No,
just
it did.
sibling
It did. No,
ship
it did.
or
It did.
or
And
brinksmanship?
But then you were the one that cut me off. You were
Of
the one
course
that
I
fucked
was.
it all up.
Yeah.
Because see, that's the thing though.
course
So
I
you
was.
say that like you just had to be better than her, but you're still not that. You're kind of a bad person. So you ever think about that? Like she might have been a real piece of shit.
I'm kind of a bad person.
She could have been a real piece of shit.
I
so,
love
like,
I love the concept of this.
It's the fact that you will make the most
Yeah.
craziest comments.
Tell him.
And Chris, this is something you gotta hear in front of his mom, and then she goes, "Oh, Papa Son."
Papa Son.
You couldn't.
It's been like that.
Yeah, but it's just great because you can never give me an example. You can never give me an
Matthew,
example.
Did that just come out of your mouth in front of your mom?
That's what I'm saying. I'll say anything on in front of her.
It would literally be like the same shit of like Mom, you know what we got to do? We got to kill Christina. And you'd be like, "Oh, Papa Son, you are the silliest Papa Son."
The thing is that a lot of it, I feel like there's.
I am not
I
kidding.
try and at least remotely connect to a thought or idea that I think that they agree with in a weird way, and just take it to an extreme level, to where it's like they can kind of like
agree with you.
So they
yeah,
were like,
but they never would. But just like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So somewhat to the point where they're like, "Well, we could picture a life without Christina, but the way he's saying is a bit
Yeah, it's
problematic."
just
he's saying we kill her. Man.
People can have so much more fun with words than they do.
Yeah.
But then some people don't know when they're being the fun that's had been.
Yeah, like it's not fun.
And sometimes they don't know when to stop.
Amen.
Like my brother Caleb.
Like me.
Like my brother Caleb. He didn't. That was the thing. I think I was going to talk about Caleb's.
Yeah,
So there was something about them being favorites or something, and what the logic is behind it. Either way, they're real. Caleb's are chuckleheads, and you got to watch them. They're real chuckleheads.
Dude, I had a chance. It's great that I had my moments to bond with each of the Smiths, because Caleb and I were roommates for a while. Then we lived down the hall from each other. You know, his name's Caleb.
You were cool. Everything was chill until all of a sudden you 20 went missing out of your wallet, and it's
No,
you see what I mean about Caleb's.
Some
What about that other guy that lived with y'all?
Jaron?
What was he like?
Ask. We need to get Aaron to talk about him.
For sure. But can we talk about how you never? Could we talk about how you never had to buy toilet paper when you lived with
Because
Jaron?
he provided that because he stole it by the bundle. I don't know from where. He was.
He was a klepto of toilet paper.
No, he was the cheapest human being I've ever
This
seen.
dude's he's a comic book character or something.
Like, it's like, oh, remember that $2.50 from a month ago? It's like, what? Oh, like when you bought me a soda or something? It's like, yeah, I could really use it. or
literally-
just like him have a job, but even just, and I would always pay things, but it was a different level. But I respect it.
He literally.
I respect it, but do you know what he did for exercise in the morning? It was interesting. Chris, do you remember the kind of thing he rode around?
Was it Segway?
Oh, his unicycle.
He just, and I swear he knew it as a tactic to get attention. He would just ride around
His
like up
shirt
like
off.
the
With his
village
shirt
around the
off.
apartments with his shirt
shirt
off. He wasn't in like great shape. He wasn't fat, but he wasn't in good shape. And he'd just ride around on a unicycle.
Well, he'd work out his obliques.
And
all
it'd
the
be
time.
like, it'll be like,
Work
oh,
out
he's
his
riding a
obliques.
unicycle.
And so
I
he
swear,
had, like,
I'm sure he
birthing
met
gift.
girls that way, but it was just like,
He had
it was
birthing
totally
gifts.
just
How old
like
was he?
our age.
Can you imagine the women he met on his unicycle?
Dude, he would sneak
Russian
women in through the
prostitutes
back.
from back
He had a
page.
room that had the back door. He didn't want anyone to see him because he
had
knew that they were so
We had conversations
whatever,
with
like
a couple of them, and
that he would sneak him in and
I
out and
think I
not let anyone
remember
see
you
him.
telling me about that.
Yeah.
There's more to that story.
oh man,
There is
There's-
more to this
there's
guy.
A lot to, no, there's a lot to
that
Jared.
dude was a
No.
character.
No, like I think Aaron described, he might be the most interesting human being on the
No, that's what I
planet.
said.
Where
The
did you
only
meet
thing
him
that- the
at?
only
Through
thing
Aaron.
that I can say about him
That
is,
I know through Chris.
The only thing I can say about that dude is he's a real person. That's what Aaron and I always say.
He sounds
he
fake,
exists.
but
He
he's
sounds
real.
fake, but he's real.
No, and that's what Matthew said. He exists.
Exists.
It's like none of this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
Like this
dude
fake,
is like
but-
all
no,
who
would,
he
would
is.
He would go
Kinda
to
like that guy
fucking
you went to high school with,
hotels
right?
like
Which one?
for breakfast.
The one that we
Like
to
the
eat
one that
for
I met
free.
at,
Yeah, he would live in a
20-year
town
anniversary.
and like fucking he would wake up, mess his hair up, and then fucking like
Oh, Kevin.
go eat a continental breakfast.
Yeah, Kevin's more human than this guy.
Okay.
Like this guy was human, but Kevin he's more human than Kevin. And I love you, Kevin. I hope you're watching.
I didn't know. Oh,
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Oh, you need help?
Well, no, I mean, I think things are coming to a point here. I think, did you bring everyone's
What do you mean coming to a point? I mean,
everyone's made
that
peace?
acid I took is just starting to kick in.
Everyone's made peace with their past and their
Oh.
present and their future.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm just curious
Hang on,
to see what
before
that
we
means
go-
for
Just
any of
kidding.
you.
I was gonna say before we go though, is there any unresolved thing that ever happened like with you and Matt where like maybe Matt perhaps like lied about something and you got in trouble for it and there's never
I never
we've
lied.
had-
I think I lied once
Yeah, he
for
was the
her, and
perfect
I felt
child.
so bad. But no, I never
What was
lied.
that
what was
lie?
that lie?
I don't remember, but I just remember the guilt. I was on her behalf, though. And I don't remember what it
You
was.
remember the lie, but you
I
were
remember the
feeling
feeling
bad.
of conviction is all I remember.
There you go. It'll never stand in a court of law. There you go. That's my man. He was like,
I remember how bad I felt, but I don't remember what it was. But it wasn't for my benefit. It was somehow for hers.
Okay.
And that's it.
I do remember one time he
Exactly,
did
man.
something and my
Christina
dad was
knows.
not gonna spank him, and I got mad and I said he never gets spanked. So my dad
Okay,
spanked
gosh,
him.
I'm so tired of this story.
Your dad told
Shut
the
up.
story too.
My dad spanked him, and Matthew said it's okay.
Okay, I understand.
I understand.
I
I
forgive
forgive you.
Because I know I didn't do anything wrong. And
Yeah.
I know that he just had to do it just,
Because I said
just to
something.
keep up appearances with how bad she is. To make it be like, I can't just be like, I punish her all the time. But he's given me no reason. An innocent man got sentenced is what that was. You know, it's better to let 10 guilty people go than to punish one innocent person. But that's what he did.
What is it they say? What is it that like justice or something dies in darkness?
I don't know. I just know that's why it's. I'm just saying, yeah, it's the whole like prisoners are. It's better to let like 20 murderers go than to convict one innocent person.
Literally Blackstone's formulation. It's better that 10 innocent or that 10 guilty men go
Yeah,
free than one innocent.
exactly.
Man be
But my
punished
dad,
and
his own son, He took a belt to
Was there like a?
Hey, it was the most half-assed thing I could remember, dude. I think he barely touched me with it, man.
Was there like?
I got my ass whipped all the time, though.
Dude, like, I know that he barely did anything.
No.
Like, he barely.
I was gonna say it sounds like a what's it called situation, like a Daniel Day-Lewis, like I abandoned my boy.
Is Dad still here? Is Dad staying here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
My dad's out there.
No, I saw the Papa. Papa Mac's out there. He's big chilling on the couch.
Yeah.
He's stretched out like
he didn't
this.
offer him any weed.
What does he?
No, he does not.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
But he's. It's funny just to see how comfortable.
You know
people
what
get
though?
around things as
We
you
need
go.
to. Hey,
Now
Matt.
that he's-
We need
yeah.
to look into. We need to look into interviewing our dads.
That would be fun.
That would be.
Papa Mac and Bob.
Yeah, yo, you know why? I would love, but we gotta get him at the same time. So I'd be like, hey, every time we see both of you, be like, I need to hit him up. I need to hit him up.
Bro,
It's been 10 years.
Here you go.
You need to put that one behind a paywall. Like, that one can't just be on YouTube. You should be like, let me tell you another thing about the government.
Yeah. No, not only that, but
Oh,
you can have them talk about other stuff from back in the day at the church. It'd be a
Oh
revival,
my goodness,
dude.
yeah.
Oh, no, dude.
Have an altar call.
They could talk about. They'd start talking about the Brownsville happening.
Dude, I can tell you about
Dude,
Brownsville.
do you
I
wanna-
went.
Do you want to know?
We
went.
I was gonna say, do you want to know another? Like, I'd love to hear this perspective. But
There's
hold
nothing
on.
else to say.
Do you know that there was a whole documentary, like
No.
that people did like a documentary on it, talking about like all the stuff that went on at
was
like
fake.
said revival.
Yeah. I didn't know there was like any
There was-
made a
I need to know
documentary.
that.
They were just
Well,
more or
just
less
Google
talking. Y'all, what were you? What do you think? What happened?
I mean,
wasn't
I
there.
don't need to get into. I mean, I was probably 13 or
Okay.
14. I was old enough to know, but
You don't have to talk about it.
it was just like I think people getting so caught up in the emotional that they became fooled by something that might have started out as righteous and right, but I think it was an easy thing for evil to manipulate, and just slightly veering from the truth is not the truth.
People went with their like hearts and minds so open.
Too open that they weren't testing things against scripture.
Exactly,
They
and
weren't
so that's
keeping.
what ended up with
And the worst kind of evil is the evil that looks almost identical to good. You know, because it's not the word, but it's like so deceptive, and it can lead so many people astray.
Well,
So
like
that's my take on it.
It's like the C.S. Lewis quote of it, like of all the evil, it's like there's no greater evil than the one done like for the good of the person. Where it was like, because while the evil robber barons, like, is like malice may sleep, the person that thinks they're doing it for their own good, like for your own good, won't ever stop. And so it's like an ever encroaching thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's like.
That makes sense. Yeah,
No, that definitely makes sense. So yeah, I mean that's kind of, it was interesting to be that young and. Be exposed to like a charismatic, like extreme, like.
Well, and just seeing how weird shit.
I didn't know you were there.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. Like my perspective. We don't have to. My perspective though was just I just remember the fallout kind of after all the random shit after. And how everything,
the proof is in the pudding. Like the church fell apart shows that wasn't of like all of that wasn't of God.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. For me, I was like, but I was of the age where I want you to understand my perspective.
No, I get you're such
where
a
it was
little kid.
like, I had a veil over my eyes where I could see, but it was all blurry. I didn't know. It was like something happened, but nobody was really like. But I just knew that something was fucked.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad to see the way that can happen.
I still remember all the drama around all that. Like
that was like the first. That was the first drama I remember in my life.
Yeah, that was that.
That was the first like
Funny how
drama.
weird all that shit got, like without thinking about it, like having not thought about it.
Yeah, if I think about things I've seen in my life, that's some of the weirdest I've seen in my whole life. The way people behaved. The wailing room.
Yeah.
The what?
Wailing room.
The wailing room.
Pastor Paul up in the.
With this Yeah, there's the wailing room, which was a prayer room, but it became like where people were in there like wailing.
Like during the sermon.
Yeah, and the pastor in the middle of preaching would just like stop and just like start speaking in tongues and just start
laughing.
changing. Yeah.
So he's like, oh, there's an angel up there. It's like,
Yeah.
Sure there is, buddy. Where it's like,
Yeah, dude.
But it's like the verse in the book of Revelation where it talked about in the end times, even the very elect will be deceived.
Yeah, and just
Where
the
it's
devil
like
appearing
the
like an
people
angel of
that-
light,
yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah,
it's...
the devil appears as an angel of light.
It's
and
like,
all
that's
that.
why
Yeah.
test everything against Scripture, if that's what you believe.
No, yeah, and I was just again, I hope we're not talking about anything. I personally, I'm just like whatever.
No,
it
yeah,
was
it's
an experience
fascinating.
it was
It's
something that
fascinating.
happened in my life, and I feel
You kinda
no,
have to sit down and think
I
about
feel
it.
no like whatever
Yeah.
about because I'm not. It happened, and I witnessed it, and there was
Yeah.
all this like shit going on, and I was a kid kept in the dark, but I was old enough to understand something was weird.
Yeah.
and it was like,
And it makes
I
sense. You wonder,
still-
why
I'm-
did Dan leave?
Well,
Because
that's what
Dan
I'm
knew to
saying.
get out of there.
I'm an
Well,
older
it was-
person.
The whole church went three ways. It was like half went to Dallas, like First Dallas,
Yeah.
and then or a third went to First Dallas, a third went to Hillcrest, and then a third stayed at Lakewood.
Yeah.
And like it's still there, but I think that whole church got kicked out of the AG and everything.
Dude,
Yeah,
I would
they
hope
did.
so.
Like if you go past, it's not Lakewood AG anymore.
Is that
it's
pretty-
it's like the
Father's house.
Yeah.
Was that your experience, Christina? Did you want to
Yeah.
say anything about it?
It was.
Or no?
Yeah.
You just remember it being odd?
Yeah,
The whole
especially
weird
after
time, right?
I remember there being
Yeah.
at Brownsville. And then
It's
after,
just something that
the fault, like you
it
said, the
really
fallout
makes
was just
Christians look bad, and
It
it's the
really
sort of
did.
stuff that I hate because
And
it's an example people
but
can
it's one of
point
those
to.
things that I feel like if you're a practicing Christian or religious, it's like it's something that needs to be. It's okay to
It's
talk
evidence
about.
that humans
It's okay to talk about.
humans
I think
f
it
up
might have-
things
and
that are
as,
good.
and as a
So I
Christian
think for
yourself, awareing other Christians,
Yeah.
helping them understand. They're
Not
like,
to
hey,
just test everything against
yeah,
the book that you believe
don't
in.
be so naive.
Yes.
I think for a lot of the young teenagers, though, that I know, or that I still talk to, a lot of them might have fallen away, though, after that, when the church split up. I
Yeah.
think it had a big effect on a lot of families
Yeah.
there as well.
Like a lot of
After
those
Brownsville.
kids.
Yeah,
like
it
it
really
probably
messed with a lot of
turned them away from God
turn
more
them
than
away
to God.
because of that. So, because you can be strong in your faith, but then some aren't as strong as they need to be
most,
be able to counteract.
not in my life,
that.
I've learned that most aren't, and
Yeah.
it's sad.
Well,
And a
it's
lot of
one
them
of those-
cannot
But that just
counteract
depends on
all
what your
of
faith
that
is, right? You know.
craziness.
Well,
everyone has the right to believe in wherever they believe. And I
Well, it's one of those
understand
things
that.
too, though, that it's like I don't know, like I usually like keep my mouth shut when it comes to like discussions on like religion and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's
smartest
like
thing to
because
do.
there's nothing, it's like you're really not gonna get,
Yeah, I don't want to find things
you're not gonna
to
get a lot of places with
disagree with you on.
But the thing
I
about
wanna
it is
connect
though,
on things.
is that generally, when people start talking about shit that they don't like about it, it's like I understand because I
I don't either.
experienced it.
Yeah.
We were there for it. Like we saw all that shit. We saw all the fake people. We saw the weirdos. Like we saw we knew what it was, but then we also saw the good people. Like we also saw the people that had nothing and still
Rogers,
chose
Hawkins.
just like all the people that had nothing and were still just like salt of the earth people, that were in there mixed in with all that. And I feel like that's what gets lost in it. People
Just like news,
people
it's the
tend to
bad
view it-
stuff that sells.
and so it's like, I guess that's why I like to talk about it, because it's like when people talk, oh, you just don't understand. It's like, because all I got from the church was judgment and this and that. Motherfucker, I got that too. Like,
and
the
also
fuck
got
are you
some
talking
amazing. I
about?
also
Like,
met like one of my best friends
Yeah.
that I'm known longer than anybody.
It's like
at
all
church.
of it. Like it's like I understand the criticisms because I
Yeah.
felt it too. But it's like that story of Malchus I said before, where it's like I don't let the people that I met during that like define what that is. It's
Yeah.
like, so yeah, I don't, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. It's
But it
and
is.
there's no good gossip, right? It's like all gossip is bad. It's like they don't go whispering around about the good stuff. It's just like that's just
Yeah.
the what humans do. you
But
know?
I feel like it is one of those things though too, where it's like it is on us that
Yeah.
like grew up in it and stuff to point out that like, no, I see what you're saying. There is fucking weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, and to the outside observer that may not know, and it's like, and somebody's not going to tell you, they're like, oh, that's just Jesus, because they
Yeah.
don't know. It's like, and so yeah, it's. Yeah,
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Mikey.
Yeah, well,
I'm joking.
Dude, again, it was something that just randomly
I'm joking.
came up.
It's good to think about it.
We all participated in the same.
I'm going to wake up my dad.
That's how we knew each other.
I go tickle his feet.
That's how we knew each other, and so it was just something that again.
Biblically,
I was I was at a young age.
I don't know if he gets it.
And
not against you.
No, I think you are. No, I think you are. See, soon, Matthew, you know what I mean? The roller coaster that our relationship has taken from the start of this podcast to now, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's tumultuous.
I remember, like I said, you used to just want to do fun stuff with me. You used to want to go, now it's just...
Yeah, ask my wife.
Yeah. No, I know. Me and her...
what I've become.
Yeah, we'll both see you.
Ask her if I even exist anymore.
Does he exist anymore, Stephanie? It's just, I don't know.
That's an honest answer. Isn't that sad?
Well, lost a little
okay.
piece up. No, that's cool. Well, are we gonna wrap this thing up? Is that what we're supposed to do?
I suppose it is.
I suppose this is good. We keep going.
Yeah, I mean, but
we should.
No, you got work. You got work.
Yeah,
right?
well,
you got to jack off or something.
I should go to work tomorrow. I should. So
I should also
take us out, Matt.
Take us out. Well, we normally end on recommendations of the week. And so that's what we're gonna do. But before we do that, I just want everyone to know that there's a movie called Serial Mom that we're gonna talk about next week. I've been meaning to talk about it, and it's a movie from the mid-90s that I knew about, but I was at an age to where I would know enough to see it, and I didn't care. As an adult, I didn't remember to go back, but John Waters directed it, so if you just look him up, there's a lot to him and as a creative individual and director.
Okay.
But in it recently, I guess Netflix got the rights to something, and Stephanie went around to watching it, and she's thinking, "Oh my gosh!" Like, because I'm husband, she knows me. She's like, "This is like something Matthew like," because it's so weird and quirky. And of course, like, I watched it with her, and it was just like, "You're right. Like, this is a unique gem from the mid '90s that's so satirical and so well done. That's making fun of stuff in such a clever way that still you could apply today." That we're gonna talk about it more. It's Serial Mom.
Probably one of the
Serial Mom.
movies that you haven't watched.
Yeah, and there's this funny book from the '80s that she found called "How to Get a Teenager to Run Away from Home."
That shit seems hilarious.
It's
yes.
We'll just have to read or show through it because it's literally, I think somebody made like an insult book and then just prank book, print like weird stuff that you couldn't make jokes about today.
Yeah.
Like, this is very, very much would be canceled.
Cancelable.
It'll be canceled right away.
Cancelable
It's funny because
it was just the
talking
culture.
about doing it to their kid though. It's just so funny.
Yeah, it was just the idea of the culture back then. So.
Yeah, I won't do it. I'll go down. But so those are good things. Those are great things. And so before I get to Rex of the Week, there is one question I wrote down I wanted to ask. And neither of you would probably be able to answer, but maybe so. But I don't want it to be that long and thought out. But I was just thinking, so kind of like the arc you're watching, if the world was about to end, and there's only like 100, 1,000 people that were selected to survive, right? But they were selected, and they had no option in it. And if you find out that you were chosen and you have no idea why, you're not some specialist, you're not some whatever, and you get into that situation, what do you believe deep down would be something that you actually have to contribute that would make it make sense that you were chosen?
I would personally, I think the one thing that for me would be the fact that I know that I'm nobody special. So I would kind of start from there and know the fact that like I would have to consider what other people that were also chosen to live with. You see what I'm saying? Like if
I get what you're saying, but I mean it's almost like I'm asking you to be so open about
what
self-identification without worrying about bragging or pride, but like what's something that you just know that, and you don't have to answer it. It was a thought I had. Okay, what?
like being able to like make shit.
Okay.
Like, view something.
I've seen you make something in your backyard.
I have like the ability to maybe like I could weld, I can build shit. I have a very simple understanding of it, but I could.
But visually, get your hands on, you can construct and craft things with little to no like. Okay.
Better than the average person.
Yeah, and just naturally. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was just weird. You have to answer it. I don't know why. I was just thinking, it's like, because they watched that show, The Ark, so people get put on there. It's like, what do I have to offer? Why? Like, how can I what can I do to make myself of value?
So I, like...
Okay, what do you got?
I think I could teach kids, and then also I could take care of the animals once we get on the planet. Like, if nobody else is there, and there's only a few of us that make it, you know, I could do that.
Definitely. If you don't know yours, I mean, I'm sure you do. I could tell you if you.
I like to do a lot of things, but I think the one thing I'd probably be really good at is like, you know how like I enjoy speaking and spending time with like a variety of ages.
Yeah.
Whether they're like young or little, or like Olivia, and even like Nancy and stuff, like older people.
Like you said, caretaker. Literally, that's what I would have said for you. I was
There you
literally
go.
going to say that, be like, you have a gift and a heart for connecting with people that a lot of people, they just can't, it's like some people, they love their older relatives, they'll see them, but for whatever reason, it's just difficult for them to spend a lot of actual genuine time. And it's just something weird, like humans have gifts, but you can like connect with anybody like that. And that's a unique gift. Like I couldn't do that. And so that's honestly what I would have said.
Yeah, because I know the times I'd be outside talking to the neighbors for I don't know how long.
Yeah,
and
like
Matthew'd be like,
but you're doing that and
I
like
can't
genuinely
believe that you
connecting
just
with them.
Are out there just talking to them.
And I really love that about you, because it's something that I
nice.
don't even get, I get it, but I don't, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
There's too many things I could think of.
His criticisms, he would criticize people to the point where they would understand.
I would tell them what's cool and not cool.
They would understand that, like, they would think that, all right, guys, I have an idea. And Matt would be like, yeah, but I think you're fucking stupid. You're not thinking of this. And then be like, damn, you're right.
No,
Fuck.
but
like Matt
I would be leading somehow.
No, he would. No, he'd be.
I mean, not because that's you, but because I don't know. I just think that's what would end up doing. I don't know.
You would have the ability to be able to work with any kind of tech. You could help with telecoms.
You would probably be making spreadsheets and
that'd be easy.
And keeping tabs on stuff. Yeah.
That'd be the easy part because that's just math. I'm talking about the human dynamics.
Yeah, but okay, you say the easy part.
I think I could be right or wrong, but I managed to get along with and have friends of every shape, size, and form. Yeah. I think that. I think I could get people to work together and they would be like,
so,
I don't know you, I don't like you, but we like this guy, so we can get along.
You could be the mediator, like the conflict resolution.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the leader of the free world.
That's cute.
Should we expect anything less?
No, I'm joking. I don't know, man.
You're the Papa son.
I don't know. I just do whatever the situation requires, right?
There you go.
Out of depth.
Well, you're the one who asked it.
I know. Which is
funny. Which is funny.
It's
He's
a fascinating
the one who came
thought,
up with
though,
this
right?
Question.
Yeah.
I just it's more like a personal inventory of like assessing what you have to offer that hopefully you embrace and, be proud of it. And if anything, maybe you're not exercising that muscle as much as you could. Yeah.
It's like me and my friends, we always say, let's go get a piece of land. And then we all figure out what we're each going to do to take care of our families. Who's going to grow the food? Who's going to do this?
Exactly.
It's like living on a commune.
Yeah. But how real is that conversation?
Yeah.
Obviously, it can't happen, but it's just fun to talk about. Kind of like
But I mean, if you're preparing for, I've already thought, okay, if everything hits the fan, okay, I think if all the people in our family that we know that we could group up between worst case, okay, we know who has a name, mom has a name, or uncle has a name, okay, we know who's good at these things. Mm-hmm. Family automatically becomes a tribe, right? So it's okay assessing between all the family. Like we've got a lot, we'd be good. Yeah. We got firearms, we're good.
Yeah.
Let's start our own country. Okay, recommendation of the week, Mikey. What have you got?
My recommendation of the week will be pay attention and then say whatever.
Oh shit!
Recommendation or not? Is my mic not? Has it not been on?
I can hear you, and it has been. It's
okay.
It's been a juggle because there's wind and.
I hope that when I was throwing out funny jokes, you were picking.
Whatever you
I
said,
had a
that was
lot
funny,
of funny
I caught
shit
it.
I was throwing out.
Yeah.
Should I say it all again?
Yeah, say it one more time.
Okay, here we go. No, you remember that joke I made about Chris being a piece of shit?
Yeah.
No, okay. No, so yeah. No, my recommendation of the week would be to look out and pay attention for synchronicities in your life. Synchronicities. Pay attention, and if you have any, maybe put them in the comments. Maybe say, hey, reach out to us. Send us a message.
Do what I've told you to do.
Something.
That you refuse to.
Well, yeah, keep a log for sure. But I'm just saying, if you're watching this and you say, maybe you hear this episode and a week later, a week goes by, something, and you hear that I say, watch out for synchronicities, let us know. If you heard us and you said, hey, I saw something, there was a synchronicity that took place since you've heard this podcast, leave in the comment on either our YouTube or our message us on our Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll reply, and you probably won't say anything back, but I'll do it.
Yeah, one of us will.
Yeah, but I mean, pay attention. That's my recommendation. Pay attention and look out for what most people call coincidence, but could also be seen as synchronicity.
Yep.
So look out for it.
They share the same characteristics.
Yeah, look out for it.
Yeah. I agree. And it's like a dream journal, It's like if you want to remember your dreams more, actually, whenever you wake up, writing them down or typing them down right away, you're training yourself to remember it more. And this is obviously you forget things the other day. So similar to dream journals, I've started a synchronicity log because I feel like all these things keep happening. So I'm like, okay, I have to keep up with it. And I don't know, it can get deeper, but you should definitely do that. If you truly believe that there's more behind the scenes, and a lot could be coincidence, but it could get into quantum mechanics and the observer effect and how it makes sense that who knows. My recommendation is to love your sister if you have one.
Aww.
What a wreck.
And with that, try and be the best family member you can to whatever you got there. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I love, thank you, thanks for being here and being on, and yeah, do you had anything? You said something about reverse harems or something?
Yeah.
What was that?
Mine's not as deep as y'all's, but
it didn't have to be.
If you,
I hope it's not deep,
so
honestly.
if you ever pass an antique store, just go in and look around. You never know. You might find something really neat. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want, but there are some really cool little trinkets in there sometimes.
You might find something. You might find your house hippo.
Yes, you might find a little house hippo.
That's
a thing
cool
that's
thing
going on right now is little hippos. It's a Canadian commercial. Look up house hippo commercial.
She showed me.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It is really cute.
So
it's adorable.
Chris is laughing at us.
I agree with I'll second the antiques thing.
But it is really fun.
It is.
Because you can, number one, you're connecting with the past. You're also, you will inevitably, I don't care who you are, you'll go in there thinking, oh, antiques are dumb, whatever. You're going to go in there and be like, I fucking like that. Because if you like clothes, you're going to find old vintage shit from the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever.
Yep. If
you like movies, I bought a movie poster that's the original movie poster from Taking Pelham 1, 2, 3. From like the 50s or 60s in a frame for like $40.
Oh, that's cool.
Like in a real movie poster.
Yeah.
It's like, so if you like movies, if you anything.
You're a collector of anything, there's a chance you might find something that you collect there.
So just go in and
electronics,
explore.
Video games, like you can find anything there.
Yeah.
And the more the time goes on, like you said, it's like you're not going to necessarily be finding like old shit that like your great-great-grandmother would have liked. You have to remember antiques. Things that you liked when you were young are now becoming antiques.
We have to accept that we are getting
we're
old too.
Antiques, technically. Like if we were cars and we got license plates, we could qualify for the antique plate.
That's a nice thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd only have to pay like $5 on an inspection.
So I'm an antique?
Yeah. No, you are. Yeah. No, for sure.
Oh, so she is too then, my sister.
She's a little different. She's a lady, so that they.
Oh, so ladies aren't they're antiquettes?
But think about it. Like with the military wouldn't draft you. You're washed up. You're unusable.
That breaks
You
my
have
heart.
nothing
I've
left.
been trying to sign up for the
You got nothing
military
left. Yeah, and you know why they won't take you now.
because I'm a quarter or something.
Well, or because it could have been because of your views.
You're a
of,
quarter
you know,
or
your
something.
Because they know that I know
the
what's
people
not
that you
going
like,
on. And that's about time.
Stephanie,
Yes.
what's your recommendation?
My recommendation would be, what is one thing? It could be like in a day. Like, what's one thing you can do for someone else?
Okay.
And to do it.
Yeah, well, obviously.
That
and to
implied.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think
whether,
about it.
Whether
and then
it's
maybe
like
do it.
getting somebody a cookie or doing them a favor, offering them something.
Or if they're
spending
an
time
older
with
person, just
someone.
stopping by and saying hi.
Yeah.
That can mean more than people ever realize.
Yeah, pay attention for that opportunity to
Kill a homeless person.
Well, if you're into that, and
I'm
just
not.
Know that, just
It's
know
bad.
That there's a high chance you're going to prison, buddy.
Okay.
And don't do it in Texas, because we'll send you to the express lane for the
Amen.
death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're mentally handicapped.
Yeah. So that's about it. Unless he hadn't said anything, we're gonna do this.
And again, I would like to. I want to piggyback and double down on your recommendation. Love your siblings. Okay. Love your
Piggyback
sisters.
and double down.
No matter how big of a shit you're no matter how big of a piece of shit your brother Caleb and Chris and sister are, you love them. And I'm just kidding. They're not. I love them. They're not pieces of shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And Chris is good.
Yeah, I'm piggybacking.
Chris says thumbs
Oh,
up.
I piggybacking.
He seconds everything I say.
All right.
He co-signs it.
Don't like Christina said, get some hair.
Yep, get some hair. Buy some human remains packaged as art.
Go to a store and bring bad omens into your house.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right.
Pay money for them.
Mikey,
live from Texas.
Shall we?
It's Monday night.
We'll be seeing
Turn
you.
your money into bad omens.